Hello everyone and welcome. We're D&D Boyband, a group of friends that all like to play D&D Pretty Boys, because apparently it's not fantasy unless everyone's hot, including all the NPCs, regardless of whether or not I intend them to be. This is an original D&D campaign set in the critical role world of Exandria, taking place 10 years after the events of CR1. Whilst the group initially started in Craghammer, moving on the relatively short trip to Imon, we are here 2 years later. They are on another continent and have not yet got back to Imon. So, I'm Dungeon Master Jamie, and joining me tonight are the Spice Boys. First of all, let me introduce Clued as Barnes, Eski as Zug, Sai as Aku, Luke as Ascor, welcome back, been off for a couple of sessions, Lauren as Roman, and finally, and definitely not least, Erin as Hayden. Before we begin, we do have a few announcements. First of all, Twitch has expanded the amount of emotes you can have. So we've created a new one for everyone's least favorite former party member, Ghost, which you can do by typing in D&D Boy Ghost with a capital G. It won't work if you don't do that. And we've also got some new slots available, which we need some ideas for.
I'm about to show it on the stream.
Oh, apologies.
One
It's
second.
on the stream. You can see his
the
little grin.
overlay is busted.
But on top of this one, which is going to be shown in a second, and it's beautiful and fun,
It's there.
we have some new slots and ideas.
There he is. Wait, is that me?
Yeah, because it's your boy, so I thought you might want to react to it.
Yeah, it's going to be whenever something evil happens. Ghost summon. We have new
good boy vibes only.
We have some new slots as well, which were kind of, other than me doing a pog face, which is apparently still needed. We need some ideas, so if you want to join our Discord, let us know what we want. In order to use these, you do have to subscribe to us, which you can do for free using your Amazon Prime sub if you so choose to. You may in fact already have one. You just need to link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, and then you get one a month. Feel free to use it on us, or if you change your mind, don't worry about it. Thank you very much, and I'll hush you over to Erin to do the rest of the announcement.
Oh,
use those Bezos bucks, I believe.
Oh yeah, of course.
Use them Bezos bucks.
So our next announcement is Clued. Would you like to show us your new dating sim artwork that you've been making?
Would I? I don't know. Is that something the world wants to see?
It's on the stream now, so you better start talking about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm that kind of human being, so I've drawn all of the boy band in a way that we can date them, because what's the point if we can't date our friends by proxy? So yeah, we have Barnes. He's a bit of a prince. He was dead, and he's come back to date you. That's nice.
Good for him.
Good for him. Hayden's real cute. He's real bad in relationships, so that's bad. But he's cute, so that's also nice for him. You can't make me talk through all of these.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Well, Zug really likes mayonnaise, but he likes you even more than that. So feel special, because you'll be cherished forever by this man. He's probably the only actual marriageable one in the Spice Boys as it is.
Yeah. He was unanimously decided the most marriageable by all of us. So.
And this is probably the least marriageable of them, Ascor, who will treat you like a trophy wife, but at least you're a trophy.
That is really saying something.
I don't know, you know. I reckon there's probably some like D&D of those shows where it's like, who wants to marry in there? Do you know what I mean?
Vaguely.
Would be like The Bachelor on The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's the one.
We have Rasha sporting a slightly new outfit. It's such a shame he's been kidnapped and isn't in the party anymore. But he's very happy that you at least see him as a human being, unlike everyone else in his life.
I thought he wasn't human.
Well, okay, like a person. We're paraphrasing.
He's so happy that you see him as an Earth Genasi and not a disease
He's
drow.
so happy that you see him as an Earth Genasi. That's correct.
I think it'll just take you like 2 evenings or something. It's insane.
Yeah, I set myself a time limit of an hour for each of these. Roman, the super time and space wizard, he's been bargaining with Dormammu, he's been seeing the futures, and they're all pointing to you. So he's actually also very marriageable if he gets his rage issues in check. So
yeah, as long as he can deal with a couple of mental health hiccups. Right?
Personally, I would choose his route.
At least it's not the bad one.
Yeah, no, this is a good ending. And, well, actually, I don't know, maybe this is the most marriageable. This is Aku, the one we all simp for. And you'll be glad to know that you're just about good enough. You'll do. He's fine with you. He'll tolerate you. So that's more than most people. So enjoy his titty.
And next up we have Lauren, who is doing our meme review. So passing on over to Lauren here.
Thank you, Erin. Yep, we'll be doing a weekly meme review from now on, and you can try and stop me. So I've picked out a couple of, just a few of the gems from the Discord, and if you guys have any memes, feel free to share them in the Discord. These are all from Jen, and they are amazing. This was my favorite Roman-related one because I feel it in my soul, and I think it gives like an accurate representation of his character and personality. Where are we going next? Where are we going next? Which one's gonna be next?
Next up is this one.
Yeah. I mean,
I lost my shit over this one.
What more is there to say about this one? Next. This is just gonna be 5 minutes of me laughing at pictures.
You requested this segment.
I know, because it's so funny. So what do we have next? Oh yeah. A good capture, snapshot of some character interactions that we have. Like that, there's I think a glass of milk perhaps in the foreground of this picture as well, which is appropriate. Just imagine Aku taking that frying pan that Hayden has and just one morning. Anyway, next.
So next up is a tweet.
Oh yeah. So this was kind of weird. I didn't. Well, anyway, Rasha and Zug, do you guys want to act this one out?
Oh, I can't. I have not had to do Rasha's accent for a month.
On, Rasha voice.
Come on, Rasha voice.
Do you ever get so tired you start seeing spiders?
Oh, me after I take 17 Benadryl and start seeing the Hat Man.
The who?
I can't see the next line.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this is not a safe space suddenly.
Yeah. I thought that was great because it kind of also feels like between the ring lady and the aboleth gods, everyone. Yeah. Anyway, next.
Who's the Hat Man?
Oh yeah, everyone's favorite tiefling.
Casadius.
Whether I'm feeling #blessed or #stressed, I'm always looking my #blessed, and that is Casadius, I feel.
And then our last one.
Yeah, seeing this one made me wonder, have I missed some sort of Zug hat related lore? Because both of the main things related to Zug were to do with hats.
Yeah. He has a hat of disguise, which
But,
he
like,
wears sometimes,
but
and then
yeah.
forgets to disguise.
Yeah.
Eski, you want to
So-
read this one out in Zug's voice?
Yeah.
Sure. I wasn't really the book smart type. When I was in school, I was more the type of smart that could tell if someone was wearing a hat or not. I was almost never wrong.
Brilliant. Just love it.
Oh my God.
And that's our selection of memes for this week. If we do this next week, if you guys like the memes, I'll probably just do one or two of the top ones. But these are all viewable in the Discord. Oh fuck, I can't spell. Sorry,
Oh,
I
God.
said fuck. Discord. There we go.
You've gone fucked it, dude.
Oh,
So
it's good. No one saw that. It's fine.
huge thank you to Jen, who has made all of these memes. He's just an absolute powerhouse. So if you join our Discord, you can see them as they're coming in hot. He posts several a week, and they are just great. So I think he counted, and he's made 63 boy band memes.
Oh my word!
Since
I
he
just
discovered our stream.
meme drop days are my favorite days.
Yeah.
I think also the best part is that he hasn't caught up yet.
Oh my god, yeah, he's only on
So
episode
there are
11.
gonna be more
There's
to
so
come.
much more coming.
He's only on episode 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many episodes are there?
We're on episode 23, I think.
How much D&D have we played, y'all?
A lot.
Long.
Anyway, we have one more announcement. Luke, it was your birthday last week, and you were too cool to hang out with us, but we had a birthday present for you, so we saved it until now. So I don't know if you have the stream open on another window, but I'm gonna...
fresh out of Windows over here.
Hold on.
Yeah,
let
this
me
is my mobile device.
let me
Oh.
send it to you on your phone then, so you can see. Oh gosh.
How did you get my number?
I'm a stalker. I stalk you.
We're all in a WhatsApp call together.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're in real life friends. We all have each other's numbers.
Okay. Hold on. I need to wait for it to
I
load.
actually don't talk to anyone in this call outside of Tuesdays.
Shut up.
Uh-huh.
You hang out with
Okay.
us all the time.
I can't believe
You
you guys
wish.
are friends and you wouldn't tell me that. Wow.
Luke. Okay.
If only we had met in real life before, Si.
Oh,
Alright. Okay, Luke.
It's taken 2 minutes from kicking off outside.
Check your
While Erin's-
Discord.
while
I
Erin
have-
sorts out-
I've sent you. Oh, we've lost your webcam.
Yeah, I'm DM now.
I've met Bucky in real life.
Everyone gets free booze for eternity.
It was Luke's
Thank
birthday last
you.
week.
I
yeah.
fear this will
Yes.
cause issues. Oh no, there it is. Is that a picture?
It's a picture of your boy.
Oh my god.
So we
That's
commissioned
amazing.
this artwork from Blady Cakes, who was a previous guest on our stream. Yeah, she drew your boy looking very prim and proper.
Oh, the palette is so perfect.
The
You know-
Yeah,
palette
Oh
it
my
is.
is
god. And the
I don't know if
fucking
his eyes are
eyelash-
beautiful or black and soulless, you know? Maybe it's a bit of
Zoom
column A,
in,
a bit
Erin.
of column B.
it's a little bit of both.
You know, he reminds me of a little bit. He looks ever so just like who's that Irish actor? Or is he even Irish? He's in Bend It Like Beckham when he plays the Irish guy. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Yes, I know who exactly.
I
who
think
you
I know
mean,
you.
Of
yeah.
course I know, Jess. I'm Irish. That guy.
He kind of looks like a cross
yeah.
between that guy and a little bit of Cillian Murphy as well.
Uh,
A little bit of that.
Anyway,
silly. Cillian Murphy like that.
Jonathan Rhys-Meyers.
happy birthday, Luke. We're glad that you're back with us. We've missed you while you've been away, so welcome.
Thanks.
His name is Jonathan Michael Francis.
Yeah.
I feel like he might be like well be Irish.
Yeah, that's all of our announcements for today.
All right. So
Thank you, Blady Cakes.
Yes, thank you, Blake.
Thank you, Lady
To
Gates.
catch Luke primarily back up, but the rest of you as well. In the time that Luke has been missing, you guys continued your journey across the barb fields, making your way to the Arbor Exemplar. Upon arriving at the Arbor Exemplar, you were greeted by a halfling who said that she was the guardian of this tree, and she explained to you that in the morning she would take you to the tomb and the way in below to the expansive underground structure beneath this tree so that you could find the body of Archmage Vespin Chloras. However, while you were sleeping, seemingly a member of your party named Veldrin Quaven, who none of you seem to remember, was killed and eaten by a guardian, and you only knew this because there was a painting done before and after that showed you there. You were told by Charmaine, the halfling, that this occasionally happens. There is a creature that guards this tree that not only seemingly eats people, but the memories of them, with all of those who are nearby at the time. You then continued, unabated, to the tomb, found your way in, had to... When you entered the temple, you were asked, how do you serve the wild? Your responses, good or bad, in terms of whatever judge there was, either granted you bless or bane. Ascor is under bane for the time being. Luke, you still there? Luke might have just been gone. Oh no.
He's dead. He's donezo.
It's okay, Bucky's gonna play Ascor. It's fine.
Okay, I'll keep going. So you guys got through the puzzles, made your way down to the structure underneath the temple, upon which you encountered some Starspawn, who were keeping the area artificially dark, who you did battle with, who a combination of banishment and just ripping their physical forms apart were able to defeat. Unfortunately, the sight of creatures that formed a large part of his imprisonment sent Roman into a bit of a rage, as well as Ghost dragging his consciousness out to talk to him, as well as Aku's spirit, Lanharath, mocking him a little bit and admonishing him for his role so far. This led to both of them to come to blows. This led to both of them coming to blows, and your journey last week was interrupted, put it that way. However, you kind of pulled yourselves together, and despite Hayden admitting that he held Vespin Chloras' skull in his bag and Barnes not being allowed to see it, You guys continued through the dungeon. You guys had just come to a crossroads where I believe you had kind of looking through each of them. The main discernible thing is that the light shade is ever so slightly different emitting from each one. You have one that is green, one that is blue, and one that is purple. And you were discussing, amongst various other things, which route you were going to take. D&D Boyband, what will you do?
Oh,
So what's your favorite color, everyone?
we've lost Luke. We
That's
need.
okay, I'm coming back in.
Well, Sai, since you're the DM now, could you tell us which path to take?
Yeah, so actually all paths lead to Ghost in a very safe and non-dramatic way. So whichever route that you guys take, you're gonna find 50,000 gold at the end of it, and also a magical item of your dream.
Wow, this is my favorite DM.
But love
You're
it.
welcome.
Unfortunately, Jamie is now DM again, so we're gonna have to.
Oh.
That last statement may or may not be true.
No, really. Any reason to believe? No, really. And if these others are better than the other ones?
Oh god, I'm so
Considering
sorry.
I haven't been down any of them, no.
Last session, Jamie, you mentioned that there was a smell coming from one in particular.
Yes, the blue one smells to you and your senses off, rotten.
Is that like for everyone or just paladin things?
I'd say Aku's particularly in tune with it. I said the blue one, right? Yeah.
I mean, blue is my favorite color, but
I would
I'm not quite sure about
recommend
this one.
not going down the blue path.
What's wrong with blue?
Can't you smell it? The stench is awful.
There you go. He just called you stinky, Hayden. How does that feel?
That's a bit rude.
Tis a bit. So blue is out. Purple is the color of all the star spawns and all of that. So
Purple's not been a good color so far.
process of
Okay.
elimination.
I guess that leaves the well, the only one choice.
Is it green? Did you say, DM?
I
Yes.
think it was.
Ah, yes, green, the color of disintegrates and finger of death.
Ooh, green is not a good color either.
No, not at
Are
all.
we sure we don't want to take the blue path? Even if it is a bit stinky.
I mean, Archmage, any wisdom to impart on this? He says to Roman. Very directly.
Has Roman snapped out of things yet?
I'm no Archmage. And I have no clue.
You say you're not an Archmage, but if it quacks like a duck, then you know how it goes.
I
You
do
have
not
the
quack.
attitude. You have the attitude of an Archmage. That's not a bad thing. You're a powerful wizard, aren't you? So own it.
Hardly.
At
If I
this
was
point,
powerful, then
Aku,
there would be no reason for us to be in this position anyway.
Aku is gonna sigh and start walking towards the green path.
We follow.
He's just going.
Going down this path, as you're all walking, your feet kind of hitting the combination of gravel and stone and kind of roots of time a little bit. Moving down here, the air kind of lightens. It feels not so much underground. There's almost a breeze pushing through you. The walls ever so slightly kind of get more and more covered as you move. It's subtle at first, but the more you walk, the more you see it. There's more leaves, plants, and even the occasional kind of underground flower that's bloomed, and the light here is brighter than what you would normally expect, even from the lichen. And as you keep walking, the tunnel kind of downs a little bit and then goes up, kind of begins to open up into what you guys presume up ahead would be a chamber.
Have we got a map on roll 20 for this?
You do indeed.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I will take you guys down the path that you have gone.
I'm ready for that sick transition, bro.
Cool. I hope this works.
Oh, seems to be working.
Really?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, zoom out a bit. We're on like the right hand side.
Top right hand corner.
Yo, this is a massive map. Holy crap.
Yo.
Okay, cool. Here we go, boys and girls. And non-binary pals. Get in here.
So you guys are progressing to the right side.
You're in the duodenum.
It does look a bit like that, doesn't it? Medicine jokes.
Like a what?
Nothing.
Just a bit of biology, no biggie.
It's in the intestine. It's the.
I made a
Yeah.
funny. It's not that funny. Okay. Right, so which way did we enter this?
You entered from. Oh, sorry. You entered. So Hayden would be at the front. Roman would be at the back. from where
Okay,
you entered.
okay. So I'll draw a little arrow so we remember which way we came from. Oh, why'd that go light? Interesting. Okay.
So I'm getting the impression we're a march in, all guns blazing sort of group. Is that correct?
I think that would be pretty
Yeah,
correct.
usually. I mean,
Great.
we've tried making plans before, but they don't normally seem to be worth our time, to be perfectly honest.
Great. Let's walk in and say hello.
Do you think that there's gonna be someone down here?
I mean, considering our previous welcome host, I would not be surprised if they were hostile.
How
Probably.
close does Ghost feel, DM?
If I'm in GM layer, can you see this? Can you see the arrow I'm drawing? I'm just gonna do it quickly. Ghost is about 200 feet away.
Only 200 feet.
That is very close. I do not like that.
That is close.
That is tremendously close.
Oh.
I mean, I assume that we're just walking, right? Like we're continuing down into the chamber.
Yeah, I'll scout ahead. I'll go
Oh, yeah.
I'll go stealthily, to make sure I don't kind of alert anything to our presence. So I do a stealth roll first.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I did a 22.
22. Okay. As Hayden creeps forward, you can see the begin to slowly kind of expand outwards, and this room is filled with shrubbery. Grass is on the floor, kind of green. I know it doesn't on the map, but kind of green is all around. You can see kind of vines and plants. It's almost like the stone or whatever building once was here has been almost entirely reclaimed by nature. And through the kind of through this little bit over here, sorry if you can see where I'm pinging,
Yeah.
you can make out in the dark something is a large kind of statue, a carved statue. You can't quite make out the shape from where you are, but if you were to go further around, you'd probably be able to see it.
Okay. Alright, so I've only traveled 30 feet, so I'll do another 30. To, yeah, about here.
Cool.
And,
Okay.
see what's what?
Cool. So, yeah. So there's actually two. As you quickly turn the corner, you see carved into the wood, carved into the stone, but with kind of wood around it and trees around it and leaves, is a large face of looks to be a satyr with kind of a long beard pulling down, and next to it is it carved out of the stone, but with again kind of the vines all the way ripped around it and flowers growing on the edge, is that circle you've seen before with the staff in it. And even Hayden perhaps would recognize this to both be symbols and statues of Sylvanus and the Wild Mother.
We stand our overlord's side once again.
And it's weird. The tree, like the carving of the face, hasn't moved, but you feel watched, Hayden.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay, I'm gonna dip back to the group and let them know what's going on. So, oops, God, there we go. Hey guys, there's like some statue up ahead. It's got that face on it that we saw before. I think it's points at Aka. Is it your god? No, one that looks like a satyr. No, I don't know.
Sylvanus.
That one, yeah.
Sounds nice and friendly. Surprisingly so, actually.
It seems safe, so I think we can go ahead.
Mm.
You guys coming?
Just
Sure,
to,
so we're gonna go.
just to recap, right? So the room we'd come from, there was like a sort of elevator-looking thing and some
Yeah.
power cables we were trying to repower, right? Like
Yeah,
that went
this-
behind a door.
That was shut. This looks
Yeah.
significantly more nature-y than everything
Yeah.
we've seen so far.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys coming or not?
Yeah, of course.
Aka's following hidden. Yep.
Robin's going a bit slower, and I would like to keep an eye on the ground or the walls and check if anything looks like it's been disturbed. In any recent times. Silence.
Hey.
Like as if something has come through it. For example, an evil little snake head thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a kind of I'd say survival or investigation.
I'm gonna choose investigation.
And it's intelligent.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, I'm using the wrong mic. I'll fix that.
Ugh, 12.
12. It's difficult. Like, you imagine. Oh, my actual mic's not actually plugged in. Sorry. Give me 2 seconds. You imagine that it's very normally down here, stuff wouldn't move. A footprint would be left for years before kind of natural erosion and dust settled to hide it. But in this kind of forest, you almost looks like the ground is like freshly trodden or moved or changed. And looking around, everything kind of is so vibrant and growing and natural. It's difficult to tell what is and shouldn't be there. Nothing kind of strikes out to you. There's no like massive footfalls missing. There's no like obvious tracks, and the purple footsteps that you guys saw previously aren't here either.
I'll follow, but I'm keeping an eye out for anything that might move.
We lost Luke's video.
Okay. We shall press on, I presume.
Yeah.
That's good DM style. Are we okay to go on, or shall I sort? Actually, if I sort my mic out, that's 2 seconds.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, video coming soon.
Oh,
Soon
cool.
come.
All right.
Quick. Someone provide a distraction.
Right. That's what you're getting.
Is your laptop fixed yet, Luke?
No, I've gone a different one which has nothing set up.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. So what's?
You look like you're in witness protection, dude.
Thing was, they didn't even pay us properly.
Okay. So that should be back to my mic. Hello.
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 Sound
And
better?
Chris.
I'm guessing I'm not seeing anything that looks like it could be used to power magical elevators.
Make an investigation check if you want.
Oh yeah, because there was a magical elevator in the
Okay.
other room. We don't know how to activate that.
Oh, that's a non-natural 20.
Not natural
Ooh.
20. Looking around, you kind of dig through stuff. You
you very quickly come to the conclusion that, again, this is more nature-based than everything you've seen so far, so you don't find anything, no.
Well,
It
nothing
turns
here
out
to help us.
the green room was just green and very nature-like.
Yeah, the good kind of green, not the bad kind.
Oh, what does that mean the blue room will be?
What did you roll the 20? With a 20, investigation or perception, did we say?
Investigation.
Okay. I'd say both Roman and Barnes notice that there is an inscription next to the face of Sylvanus.
In a language?
It's almost so for those of you who don't speak Celestial, you could almost mistake it for music. The kind of the way it's written calls more to like the hearkening of beginning of sounds, and looking at it, even if you can't feel it, kind of invokes feelings of ages past, of regret and longing in you. But who can speak Celestial?
That would be me, DM.
Okay, Zaku, as you approach, oh, my mouse has died. As you approach this, it says, "Beware those who enter the prison of Desirat. For here we use the bonded power of the evil and the regretful. These are the roots of the world, and with them we bind them."
Aku is sort of like running his hands like very softly over the inscription, and in all of your heads you are going to hear Aku's voice translating what is written.
What's a desert?
A what rat?
A desert.
A desert rat?
Could you make a history check for me?
A history check. Okay. Oh, that's another non-natural 20. Thank you, dice.
Something you would once have known what this name refers to, and you think to yourself, and for some reason you keep thinking of purple fire.
Is there something about a desert that's sort of on fire, like a purple thing?
Roman, you can make a history check as well.
Sure thing. That's an 8.
Unsure. Not part of your reading.
Suddenly, if it evokes memories of purple fire. Not sure that's a good thing.
It'd be like a festival sort of fire. Although I suppose you don't put festivals in a prison, so... Huh.
Why is it in prison?
Why is it in prison, indeed? What did it do? Let's hope for us is something really trivial, like, I don't know, stole a loaf of bread, imprisoned for 5 years. Is that what you do now?
It's
Since food is
actually
so scarce and all.
7 for stealing bread.
Oh, wow.
How
Time's
would
really
you
hard.
know that, Hayden?
Where in the world do you get imprisoned for 7 years for stealing a loaf of bread? Kind of backwater society.
Teldore?
Perhaps someone with your family
Amon?
probably wouldn't get any repercussions for stealing bread, but not that you'd need to in the first place.
I was an active guard for over 6 decades, and certainly our focus is on rehabilitation and maintaining order. So maybe think twice before you question what I know about our justice system in my hometown, city, country.
Now that sounds like a waste of taxpayers' money. What you really need is a deterrent.
I'm just
Yeah,
shocked
plenty of
that
those.
y'all commit crimes in this manner at all. What sort of society do y'all live in that you need to?
I mean, I
Crazy.
remember a few of my colleagues would arrest people for looking at them funny.
That
Throw it
sounds
in the
about right,
dungeons.
yeah.
Let's hope the Deseret is in prison for looking at somebody a bit off.
You all feel watched by this face. It's not unsettling, but those of you who currently are under the Bane effect probably feel slightly nauseous.
Include myself.
Oh,
Yep,
yes.
you're under the Bane effect.
Oh, yes.
How would ask?
Again?
Well, we can wreck on that now. When you walked in, Askel was asked, "And how do you serve the wild?"
Askel probably just froze as I did now.
Yeah, fair enough. You're under the Bane effect.
Does anyone get the impression that that statue kind of likes what it sees? Is that just me?
That is just you.
No.
I feel like I ate too much breakfast.
I feel like I want to carve its eyes out.
Maybe we
We
shouldn't
will do no such thing.
I don't need to get defensive. I'm not in the business of defacing historical religious artifacts.
I should hope not.
So,
Just saying.
I feel kind of sick in this room, to be perfectly honest. Like, is there anything we can do in here, or is this just a shrine for people to pay their respects to?
I'm not seeing anything that would help us with our elevator problem, so I suppose if there's nothing you want to do, and he turns to Aku, pray to your god or whatever it is you do, then maybe we should move on. You can wait, though, if you want to stay, of course. I understand certain rituals must be observed.
As you're talking to Aku, he is already head down, kind of muttering under his breath, not listening to a word you're saying. You can probably assume he's praying to Sylvanas.
Oh, there you go.
Angry and pious.
While Aku is praying, Hayden's gonna try to examine the statue from afar to see if it looks like anything on there is like a secret lever, or like looks like it could be moved or something placed on there to do something.
Yeah, absolutely. Make an investigation check. What was that?
Oh, hold on, it's not done my reliable talent. I'm confused. Oh wait, it has. Yikes. 14.
14.
Wait, no,
Nothing jumps out to you.
No, it hasn't. Hold on. How does reliable talent work again?
If you roll under a 10, it gives you 10 as the roll, the base roll.
Yeah, okay, it fucked it. 21.
21. Okay, so you look for a lot of the standard things, the secret entrances. You look at the ground to see if there are any grooves. You look kind of around the face, and the 21, something catches your attention. It looks like the carvings around this kind of part of its mouth are ever so slightly looser than what you'd expect, and kind of you notice ever so slightly that there are grooves and graves along the side, almost as if that part has been grated and pushed against the side. So you'd imagine that this statue's mouth is capable of opening.
Cool. Does Aku look like he's nearly done praying, or would we have any sense of how long it generally tends to take when he prays to stuff?
Maybe. However, Aku. I'd say you're praying for about a minute, and in between your mutterings, the leaves around you rustle ever so slightly, and as you kind of look up, to you and to no one else, the eyes blink ever so slowly. And in your head, to you it sounds like booming, but again, to everybody else, this is just a whisper. So you do all hear this, but Aku, it sounds like someone shouting. And what brings you here, of all places?
Does this voice sound like familiar to Aku? Like, does he get a sense of like
Casting your mind back, it sounds like the creature you spoke to in the Feywild. If you remember, it wasn't Sylvanas, but it seemed like either his champion or his avatar.
Yeah. I guess as soon as Aku hears the voice, because everyone hears it, right? But as
Everyone else,
soon
it's
as
a
Aku
whisper on the
hears it,
wind, but yeah, it's loud.
Aku will probably drop to his knees again and kind of whisper very quietly, we're looking for a way to destroy the evil we carry with us.
The wand you showed me before.
Yes, and our friend is close by. I hope. We wish to rescue him.
There's a long pause. Do you know where you stand?
Aku doesn't say anything. He looks uncertain.
Long ago, this was a bastion of the betrayal god's power. When the war ended and we locked them away, this tree, Amaracus and the Netherlight Grove, were two locations that we used to bind the world to the gate. Its structure, its building blocks. This is why it is barred. Few may enter for fear of damaging that connection.
Aku's kind of thinking, and as he's hearing the voice, he's trying to kind of relay like what he's hearing to the rest of the party and into their minds, as in and you
have already saved one of these pillars from Zugtami. Is this one under threat too?
Aku kind of almost laughs in disbelief and says, well, that's why we're here.
I have not sensed this, but I must trust and believe my champion. You should know, I believe the body here, the one you seek, it likely forms part of this structure now. I would be wary that it would need a replacement.
I see. Aku looks pretty disheartened upon the voice saying that.
Forces here that similarly power it. A creature that gives this place its name. Lord of the Hell's favorite pet.
Is this something that we're getting relayed to us?
Yeah. So,
fair.
I mean, in the best way possible, like, I guess after some pauses, like, Aku is trying to kind of, like, communicate this as he can, like, to the rest of the party, but not verbally aloud.
Oh boy, that's grim.
Grim is definitely one way of putting it, Barnes, yes.
That is one of many words I could use in this situation. Okay. I guess it's not in prison for something trivial then.
Well, we're not going to find out either way by just standing here and picking our noses.
Is that what you were doing?
Guys, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a. He points at the statue. I think the mouth can open. I don't know if we need to put something in there or.
Hey, just a thought. This creature that's in prison, you reckon Ghost is trying to break it out?
Jailbreak, the Lord of the Hell's favorite pet.
Just a thought.
There's chaos to be caused by doing so. We can almost certainly guarantee he's got something to do with it.
I can't help but just feel like talking about something being imprisoned and trying to escape kind of reminds me of Rasha's god, Geb. Wasn't he imprisoned, or he was a prison? Something?
On earth is a Geb. TM, would I know what the hell a Geb is?
No.
Wasn't his god potentially also Agent Aboleth?
Well, I think he specified that Geb was a cage that surrounded an Eboleth and was trapping. Was that right? Zug, you're the second priest of Geb. You know the lore a lot better than I do.
Zug looks a little uncomfortable and just kind of go, I mean, I'm not got a great memory for these kinds of things.
Dude, you can't tell me that neither of us paid attention and now Rasha's not here to correct us.
I mean, I just always relied on the fact that he would be here.
Oh, God damn it.
And he did not leave you any sort of scripture to carry around or learn?
He didn't really have much of a scripture. It was more of a, it spoke to his head kind of thing.
I suppose when he comes back, I should set him up with some books so he can write all of this down for you.
That would be a smart idea, yes.
Now, this is the same Rasha you were talking about. The whole, or rather yelling about. Fighting each other about, not sacrificing for something, giving to Ghost.
Yeah, he's our friend. He's been traveling with us for a long time, and well, we lost him mere hours before we met you. Or well, we haven't really spoken about it, to be honest. It just it happened so quickly. He was there next to Ghost, and then he just disappeared. I thought that maybe Ghost had cast invisibility on him or something, but then Ghost was gone and Rasha didn't come back, and
I'm a rebound friend. Is that what it is?
You just happened to show up at the same time.
Should it be reminded that you came to us?
That's true. Though not really of my own accord, I think.
He didn't raise you.
Yeah,
I don't know how to raise the dead.
and I mean, like, if you hadn't come to us saying that you want to kill Vespin Chloras, we probably would have told you to take a hike and head back to Persona on your own, so... not that there's anything wrong with you or anything, it's just... I'm saying you're not a rebound friend. You're with us because we have similar goals, right? I'm putting my foot in my mouth, aren't I?
For the second time this day, yes. you are.
I'm really sorry, Barnes.
If it's any consolation,
I
like
don't
your
hold
music.
Thank you. Don't worry about it. I don't hold grudges. But anyway, I'm not important. What are we doing with this treating?
It's fine, neither am I.
The mouth was open.
Yeah,
Somebody gonna put their hand in?
be my guest, Asgore.
Aku is gonna walk forward and put his hand in.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Aku, no! Is it too late?
It was a good
Could
touch hand. Well,
Aku make a persuasion check?
Persuasion.
And Aku can have advantage.
Ooh.
Go off, Charisma King.
Natural 20.
That's the natural 20.
Oh,
As you kind of go in, the kind of stone around it almost seems to stiffen and grips your hand ever so slightly. And you feel as though your hand might be crushed before the voice again. I trust that you will protect this place and ensure it is still fit for purpose. And now the drawer kind of opens up, and in there is a glowing blue crystal.
Just a crystal.
Just a crystal. But it looks like it doesn't look natural. It looks like it's been carved.
that look something? What might power some magical stuff?
Quite possibly.
Does that? Well, that sort of looks about right. For power source.
I suppose Aku's gonna tentatively sort of reach over and try and put it in his little pouch he's got on his waist.
Okay. Absolutely, I'll let you pick it up. You pick it up, and it's warm to the touch and almost seems to vibrate ever so slightly.
Okay, well, guess we got what we came for then.
That was easy.
Just need to find somewhere to put it. Were there grooves on that big shut door, Jamie, or have we not found somewhere to put this?
Casting your mind back, there were a couple of. Now that you've kind of seen this object, sorry. Now that you've kind of seen this object, yeah. Now that you've kind of seen this object and seen kind of it back, you think that there might be some slots you could try in.
Jamie, is
Yes.
there anything else in this room that we haven't interacted with or investigated?
There's the Wild Mother statue.
Oh, so that's different from the face
Yes.
statue.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I look at the Wild Mother statue and see if there's anything about it that looks like it can be interacted with, moved, pushed in, placed on it, etc., etc.?
Sure, absolutely. If you make another investigation check.
Sure. That is 21.
21. The Wild Mother statue looks like it can shift. It's got grooves in it as well. Do you imagine there is something underneath this?
Oh, it can be moved.
It's seeming to be moved. It seemingly has been moved in the past.
I didn't want to point this out to the rest of the group. Guys, it looks like if we push the statue, or it has been pushed before, maybe we can move it. Zug, do you want to give it a try?
Sure. He looks over at Aku to see like he's not going to slice his throat out for moving something in this room.
Respectfully move it.
Kind of like
moving it
slowly
respectfully.
moving over towards it. Yes, very respectful. No need to stab anyone for this. Should I roll a strength check? Or...
So as Zug goes to put his hands on the statue, you feel your hand stick, and a voice in your mind. I must prove you worthy, Green One. And you feel your mind open and your memories start pouring out very quickly. In the past couple of days, a visage of a diseased, yellow-eyed, scarred woman that turns into a dragon reveals itself. And Zag, you are thrown 10 feet backwards away, and you slam into the wall, taking 5 points of force damage away from this thing as it just flies you back in a flash of green. And the last thing you remember is like a searing hot anger in your mind and the face of the woman from the ring.
Sorry, what were the words that was spoke to him again?
I must see if you are worthy.
I might not be worthy.
Oh, don't talk about yourself in that way. No, I don't
Head
believe that.
totally lost it. What's wrong with
Can
you?
you explain what happened, Zug?
I saw the nice lady, and it's something about I need to prove that I'm worthy, and then I was on this side of the room. Quite aggressively.
Maybe someone else needs to move the statue instead then. Aku, you're pretty strong. And you seem pretty worthy.
I mean, I think
More
I
to
could
the
be
point,
worthy.
he's exceptionally
I don't
worthy.
I don't think I should be left, given up straight away. I could give it another go.
I think maybe leave the nature gods to the nature priest.
Yeah,
I just want to say that I was strong enough to move that statue.
I don't doubt it for a second. You look incredibly strong.
Aku, you're a priest?
I am a paladin of Solanas, you know this, Uskul.
I thought he said you were a priest. That's what I thought.
Sorry, is that the wrong vernacular? Sort of changed in the last 1,000 years since I've been dead, so you'll have to forgive a few slips of the tongue.
I forgive it.
Thank you, Zug. Anyway, do the statue thing.
I
suggest
suppose.
we all stand quite far back.
If you are worthy.
I'm sure he's done everything else in here so far, right?
Maybe I'm gonna get yeeted. Okay, yeah, Jamie, Aku's gonna
Doesn't
try
hurt that
and
much.
move the statue.
Okay.
Well, actually, when he approaches it, does he hear anything? Does he?
No.
If he touches it, does he notice anything?
Touching it without getting into perhaps some spoilers. Aku is thrown 10 foot backwards, and
boy.
takes 5 points of force damage as you again are flung through, having been asked if you are worthy, and certain images flash through your mind, which I will tell you.
Okay, I take it back.
It could be anything, to be honest.
Yikes.
I think I know what this calls for.
Ha! See, it's not just me.
Roman, you want to give it a try?
Yeah, Roman. See if
Before
we're
our
all
Dark
worthy.
Mage Evertill.
You got those
Hey,
ogre gauntlets. They make you look pretty strong.
I think
Sorry.
perhaps Ascor should go.
That's true. I bet
I was
Asker is
going
very
to say
worthy.
myself, I think what they mean by worthy is worthy by blood.
I think you're wrong, but just try it, please.
Score takes several steps towards the. It's a statue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of carving of the. So it's got a plinth, but it's like a circular statue of wood with like a staff that's kind of covered in shrubbery and green and grass.
Is it tall or is it short? Or is it wide?
It's relatively short. It probably comes up to most of your midriffs.
And he sort of looks at it wistfully, takes one of his white gloves off. Of course, it's quite a grubby glove by this point. Sort of whispers to it, "You strange thing." Puts his hand forward and goes to push it.
Your mind is filled with your dreams of walking alone in the dark, the aboleth's lilting eyes in front of you. Your mind feels torn apart as whatever this is here, examines everything you've ever done, said, or been, asking if you are worthy. And Ascor is thrown backwards.
Ascor tumbles as he hits
I
the ground.
could-
He rolls. He gets wrapped up in his cloak. And he sort of
3.
pops up incidentally and just goes, "What? Of course.
Aku looks
Ridiculous.
smug
It's
and
decrepit and
goes,
old and surely broken."
"Oh, not worthy. Unfortunately."
Looks like none of us are worthy today. I mean, but we probably need at least one of us to be worthy, otherwise we might be a bit stuck here.
I couldn't tell you if I'm worthy or not. I have no memories
Well, there's
of it.
definitely one way to find out, isn't there?
Well, I'm going to posit that the
Just
arcade
as
gives
you-
us go.
Yes,
Well-
your turn, Roman.
Actually,
You can do, but it's completely prejudiced. It thinks I'm something to do with the aboleths. Personally, my strength of character is associated with that. How preposterous.
actually, maybe the fact that Barnes has no memories could serve him well
Well,
in
give it a go
trying to
then.
remove the statue.
I mean, this is where the statue remembers that I've lived a life of crime and sin, and I was actually a horrible person. I hope not.
Maybe it will unlock a new memory for you.
You'll be right on your arse then.
Oh,
Like the rest of us.
Exactly.
I'm sure I'll give it a go then if you're not feeling up to it, Roman. I'll place my hands upon the staff, Jamie.
You make a
As-
wisdom
as
saving
you
throw
do
for
go
me.
to the-
A wisdom saving throw.
Before you guys do roll in, Askel was going to just telepathically drop a little note to both Zug and Aku, just saying, if he remembers he's a batshit insane murderer, be ready to cut his throat.
He's kind of concerned and like moves around. His head swoops round. and that's all.
Aku just raises his eyebrow at Askel.
That's a 23 on the wisdom save.
3. Okay, as you grip this, something feels wrong immediately. As if you've stuck your hand into a river full of piranhas and you're just waiting. And as you kind of hear in your voice, and will you prove worthy? Your mind, as it kind of gets pulled out, you feel something tear and stretch as whatever is looking, seemingly is looking for more, because there must be more. As your memories of like the last couple of days is all it kind of finds. Something kind of chinking, like you feel almost like a mirror crackles and reflections kind of through a glass, and you just see red eyes across all of this. It kind of shatters down, and that purple flame billows up, and you aren't flown back, but there's almost a confusion as you're kind of welded to this statue, and you kind of struggle a second to, and you seem to almost try to pull your hands away at kind of what's happening, and you can't, and you just seem to be stuck holding the statue.
Oh, so am I good to go then? Yes? No? We friends? Guys, I think it likes me.
He hasn't been thrown. Maybe he's
Try
worthy.
moving the statue. Try moving it.
All right. Okay, I'll try move. Guys, I'm really not very strong. I'm a recently resurrected corpse. I don't know if I've got this.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I'll try and push the statue.
Yeah, make a strength check.
Can anyone help with this strength check?
This is going to be a problem, guys.
Come on, natty 20 it.
I literally natural 20'd it.
Yo!
Okay, as you slowly begin to
My strength
slide,
guys, is 7. I have
wow,
-2 on strength.
flexing all of the muscles that you possess, which isn't many. You see beads of sweat begin to pour down Barnes' face. It's like this is obviously the statue slide ever so slightly, and just before you kind of see, as you're kind of pushing it away, a small like hole under the ground where this thing stood. There is a voice that says to you, sometimes the kindest thing any mother can do for their child is to turn out the light.
It's to turn out the light?
Yep.
Yo, that's kind of sad though.
Oh, sad.
You think?
It's emo o'clock in this channel.
And as you kind of push back the statue, underneath you see a light that kind of fades immediately into a small carved iron cage.
Ooh. Okay, so as he's pushed the statue back, he's going to be slowly cracking fingers back into position because it seems his rather lack of strength and years of death have just left him a little without any ligaments or whatever to hold things in place. So he's just sort of popping things back in, going, "Oh, yeah, that didn't feel good at all. Well, I'm already apparently, so that's good.
Very nice.
There's a cage. What is inside the cage, DM?
Do you pick up the cage, or are you just looking at it?
Oh, can I pick it up? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a relatively small cage. Kind of like a bird cage, like really quite small. Sorry, I say small. It's big enough for you to pick it up, but a bird cage. And as you look at it, it's made of iron that seems surprisingly unrusted after all this time, and there are runes carved into it. The only one who would begin to even be able to understand these runes would be... Actually, no, I will let Barnes roll, but Roman and Barnes can both roll an arcane check for this.
He's going to bring it over to Roman. Respectfully ask the professional to take a look.
If he calls Roman an archmage again, Roman's gonna just give him an angry grunt. Arcana, you say?
Yeah, Arcana.
15. You probably get the sense that every time he does it, he's being genuinely very earnest and that it's only the proper way to address a mage of great strength. 15.
30.
Okay. 30.
Confirmed?
Right.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah. So Barnes, you have.
I
no
rest my
idea.
case.
So unsure. Like some of it looks like stuff you might know. Some imprisonment spell, maybe. You're not sure. Roman, you snap at it because devices like these have been theorized about but never fully completed. It is a combination of the imprisonment spell and the soul cage spell. With the desire to be is to capture a creature's soul indefinitely and render it almost powerless for almost an unlimited amount of time. Any creature's soul that was placed within this chamber would never regenerate, whatever form it has, would never until released, and it could only be released by the person who put it in there. And you kind of look at them and think it's also seen to be attuned to a specific creature. And you make out the name with a 30. You make out the name Deseret scrawled in the names.
And that seems to be the creature inside rather than the person who wrote the runes, or...
Yeah, that's the creature that this is designed to hold.
Can you spell that in the campaign notes, please?
Deseret, yeah.
Desert rat.
Is it held inside there? Do we get the impression it is?
No, the cage is very much empty.
So it's like a master ball for Deseret?
Deseret's soul, yes.
Yeah.
And do I get an indication of whether if we found Deseret's soul, we would be able to put it inside, or has it been inside and it has come out? Like, what's the context of this cage?
So for the 30 again, you imagine that if you would be able to use this device, you would be able to use this device on any creature, but it is specifically primed for Deseret, so Deseret would either be unable to resist or would significantly suffer to. And you also see that it you'd be able to hold its soul. It has also seemingly never been used. Some of these runes are not designed to be used again.
Curious. It seems however long ago this was made, and he would have talked through probably described the runes in like an old person describing something complicated to children kind of way. It was completed but short of being used. Probably worth keeping around should we discover Deseret to be undesirable, should I say?
It reminds me so much of people I used to know.
That does not sound like a good thing.
No, it is. They're really quite charming. Fantastic. Okay, so we find the horrendous pet of the Lord of the Hells, and then we put it inside this tiny little cage. Is that it?
Yes, sounds about right to me. But also, worth mentioning, while this has been designed specifically for the purpose of housing that, it wouldn't stop short at... Could it be used to hold two things?
No,
Or just one thing?
just
But it can
one
be
thing.
used to hold something else.
Yes,
Uh,
it is specifically primed for Deseret, but it is still an incarnation of the imprisonment and soul cage spell.
But it's not a single-use item. It could be used to imprison something else or someone else, should we find them more inconvenient.
Good to know.
Who would like to carry this?
Seems to me that you should.
It's a bit magical for my kind of thing.
Do you think it could go in a bag
Although
of holding?
I suppose I am the worthy one, so you know.
Does Roman think it could go inside a bag of holding?
Yes, it could.
I shall put it inside my little bag of holding.
Oh, you've got one?
Mhm.
Oh, since
He's
when?
rich, mate. Rich.
When did that happen?
Just left. He had it with him when we left Rosanna.
Oh. That's news.
Alright, well, thank you, nature gods. That was really nice.
DM, is there
Ours, I
anything left
suppose.
in this room that we haven't interacted with yet?
With your rolls, not that you found.
I don't like the way you said that. I think that you should take
No.
that back.
As you kind of begin to leave, I presume, there's one last word from the tree. I am glad, Aku, you have not yet found use for my blessing. I hope that when you do, it proves decisive.
Is Aku supposed to know what Sylvanas is talking about?
Right, you haven't
Or-
used the Holy Avenger thing yet, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot actually Sylvanas gave that to me. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Sure. Cool. Walking away back up. This is a relatively short walk. You guys are now faced with going down the blue or the purple route, or back where you came from.
Well, purple is usually pretty sus, so maybe we should go down the blue route next.
Purple fire is sort of making me worry.
I reckon we should go for the blue.
Well, that's a stinky one.
Well, there are worse things than bad smells.
Was there any other kind of bad vibes coming off the purple route other than it just being purple?
Looking at the walls, looking down that way, it looks more kind of building, like of the three, like than the one you've just come from. There is. Make a perception. What's everyone's passive perception?
Low.
16.
Yeah, 15.
12.
16.
Always passive perception, never passive investigation.
Passive investigation. What is it then?
20.
21 for passive investigation.
As you both have 16 and 21, you both hear there's ever such a, coming from purple, there was such a budum, budum, budum. Sounds like a very slow, very large heartbeat.
I don't
pumping
like
through
that.
the spine.
Nope, I don't like that at all.
Blue. Was that?
Not
That
beaten.
purple.
Oh, purple.
Purple
Why's the
heartbeat?
hallway beating?
I think the fuck not, mates. We're getting out of here. Goodbye.
Seems like a desert-related problem, question mark. Purple fire.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, blue stinky tunnel it is.
What kind of stink is it, Jamie?
Wet, rancid meat.
Lovely.
Ew, let's
Ew.
not do that.
I mean, we've got to go down one of them.
Take the
Let's go
chances
down
with
the purple
Asmodeus'
route
pet,
and-
thanks.
Get it over with.
Which one are you going down?
Do you mind scouting ahead again?
I think we're going down the blue route.
Okay.
I think we're going purple, aren't we?
I thought we all just agreed. Wait, hold on. Let's do a poll. Okay, who wants the blue route? Put your hand up. Okay, who wants the purple route?
You have to vote.
Zug, Ascor, blue or purple?
The blue just smells. It hasn't got a heartbeat.
Well, you're on mute, Ascor.
No, still not talking.
Still can't.
You're not making noise. Are we lip reading blue?
Do this for purple.
I'm lip reading
or
blue.
like this for blue.
He's saying blue.
Blue. Okay. All right. And
Okay.
sorry, Zug, was that blue or purple you wanted?
Yeah, it was blue. It was blue.
Okay, so that's 4 for blue, 2 for purple. Let's go blue.
Aku kind of side eyes Roman before they go down.
In a way, like he wants to just let's go.
Kind of, but he's also kind of giving him a look of these idiots. Despite their earlier attention, he kind of rolls his eyes at Roman and then follows the rest of the group.
Roman will probably just nod quietly and follow Aku.
Okay. So, Hayden scouting ever so slightly ahead. Do you notice the reason, perhaps, for some of the smell, but also the light, is the lichen quickly turns blue here, and you begin to hear the sound of water, an underground stream kind of rushing past. And as you kind of peer around, you begin to see the kind of water going, water kind of falling down into the, water kind of falling down into a bit of an underground. Hello, I can hear you. Into an underground waterfall, and a large cavern up ahead that you can't quite make out.
Do we have a
Does anyone
roll
have
20
any
map?
clothes pegs?
You will do in a second.
Okay. See.
All right.
Do any of you guys have like a spell that can like mask smells? Make a nice smell for us instead?
Certainly can. Gonna prestidigitate a nice, gentle aroma. Maybe something slightly unfamiliar, an unfamiliar spice or yeah.
Do you not think that this is like choosing to ignore when there is fire on the stove and it smells, and perhaps it is an indication of something that has gone wrong? Should probably not be choosing to ignore it.
Well, we're aware that it's there. We just don't want to smell it, right?
Yeah, exactly what he said.
Aku kind of crosses his arms and says, I agree with Roman. Perhaps we should be aware of what it smells like, in case it's an indicator of something. And we can always turn back.
I'm not going to argue with you two because you're by far the most scary people here, so I'll stop. He gives a cheeky little smile.
As you all kind of progress to where Hayden is, looking out over the waterfall, I'll drop you guys on the map as you kind of see the chamber.
Why don't you drop us on the map, Jimmy?
See the chamber ahead of you. The waterfall kind of cascades down, and you can see it kind of shimmer and collect in a pool. Could you all make perception checks looking out?
Oh my god, I'm rolling
Solid
so
9.
well. 25.
25.
15. Actually,
15.
it's my worst.
17.
17. And Ascol?
Perception, you said?
Oh, Ascol got a natural 20. Oh no, that's Arcana. Yes, perception.
21.
Ascol?
Bear with me. Perception. Here it comes. It was 13.
13. Okay. Under 10. This room is dingy, dark, smells bad. But even you can't mistake, kind of on the opposite side of the wall, large claw marks like teared into the wall and pulled down, and there's like rubble down the bottom. 10 to 15, looking around, you see that a lot of the area, like what you've seen so far, a lot of the nature and kind of the area has been vibrant and green. You don't know if it's part of kind of this connection to the tunnels, but the kind of wildlife here is either rotted and matted kind of wood or fungus, and kind of mushrooms popping up everywhere. It smells very different to the rest of where you've been. You were only walking for 5-10 minutes, but the kind of dramatic change in temperature as well, it's significantly colder down here. 15 to 20, was that anyone?
15, I got.
17.
17. 15 to 20, you notice that the water is quite vibrant for this kind of color. It's obviously reflecting off the lichen, but it's odd for the water to be quite so dazzlingly blue when everything else is quite so mucky and smells odd. It's almost like the water is cleaner than around it, and then you immediately get there. Obviously, the water is kind of feeding a lot of the plants here, but you'd expect it to be murkier and more covered in fungus. 21, which I think was Barnes, the only one.
25.
21.
25. Both of you, as you're walking, kind of stop for a second. You see the carved, you see the chunks carved out. You notice that alongside kind of the larger scratches, there are also smaller cuts, almost as if a sword has taken chunks out of these walls alongside. It's almost as if some large creature fought something with a sword down here. And with a 25, Barnes, you step on something that makes like an odd, like, kind of snapping sounds. And you look down, and as you kind of go in the mud, you kind of pick it up. And it's a large green feather.
What is this we have found? Does it look, how big are we talking?
It's not, so you probably not have a lot of point of references. For the rest of you, it's not as large as a rock's feather. I'd say those of you, it hasn't been that long. It was fairly traumatic. It reminds you of the wings of the Solar over here.
No.
Oh boy.
Well, I thought we killed it. Is it alive again? How
It had a
fresh?
sword.
How fresh do these? Wait, no, we have his sword.
Looks like the wing. So
How fresh are the marks on the wall?
dust has settled
Must have settled.
some time ago.
I wish Rasha was here. He would know to the hour how old these stone carvings are.
The feather as well looks to kind of be becoming. It's amazing. Barnes saw it. It seems to have been becoming part of kind of the rot and decay of this place.
So it's pretty old.
Oh. We have a feather belonging to something.
I don't think that's just anything. That looks like the
Something
solar
Surely,
that we
surely
fought.
we don't want to bump into.
Solar. What, like an angel solar?
Yeah.
Oh.
Those
Well,
of
there
you
is-
who were there, sorry, will call your minds back that you first saw the Solar as here, flying to the tree. Long before you fought him, long before the rock, and long before Ghost turned.
There is one thing we know about this Solar, is that, well, it likes my brother even less than it likes us, so maybe if it is still here, there is a...
Maybe we can team up with it.
Oh, guys, we destroyed it. Aku landed the finishing blow. There's no way that it would be here.
Oh yeah. I don't think we can team up with it anymore.
But
What? Solar? That's crazy.
I mean, it was already injured. But maybe that's.
Wow.
No. We are very, very cool. We did kill
Wow.
Solar.
We all nearly died. It was very intense. But
It was very uncool.
maybe if it came here before, this is how it got hurt, and that's how we were able to finish it.
Does anyone actually know anything about solars? I mean, do we even know if we can kill it?
No.
Those of you proficient in religion could make a check.
Father was buried pretty deep, you know. It feels like it's been a while.
Be proficient.
So
in
here's the
religion.
funny thing, DM. I'm not proficient in religion, which is interesting.
I think we talked about that kind of making sense from a character point of view. As you're all standing here wondering, thinking about what this could mean, and if you wish to proceed, we can give it a short break there, looking at the time. Is that okay, Aaron?
Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
And we will wait. We'll give it 10 minutes. So, as the group endeavor to find out more about where they are, what is a Deseret, and where is Ghost, and what has happened here, catch you in a bit.
Okay.
Bye bye. Hello, hello. Welcome back.
Hello.
Everyone had a good break. So the party have found themselves answering and questioning to some gods about whether or not they're worthy. Aku taking the lead with his god Sylvanus, and Barnes, surprisingly, finding that a lack of memories served him well with the Wild Mother.
What do you mean
They-
surprisingly? Why is it surprising that he's worthy?
Because people
think
don't
that's
know
very
anything about
unfair.
you.
I think that's
Because
very
he's a
unfair.
zombie.
You're mysterious.
Nothing
It's
wrong with
silly.
zombies, guys.
Having
The worthy zombie.
gained a cage of some sort for Deseret, as well as a crystal, which may or may not be used elsewhere. They have proceeded down the blue lit tunnel to find a foully smelling, rotting room with kind of water and evidence that a large creature has made claws in the side of the wall, and small evidence that some time ago the Solar of Zahir seemed to have been here. And the party, looking out over this, what do you choose to do?
So, well, you say you killed it anyway, so whatever it was doing here, it was a while back. And hopefully it's killed whatever else was down here, so maybe this is actually the safest place to be. One would hope.
Well, I don't reckon many things come here outside of us.
And Solars, apparently.
And Solars. So what are we looking for?
Well, anything that'll help us open the door that powers the elevator. More crystals like the one that we found before. Or places to put it, though I think the slots are on the door. I think it's just crystals we're looking for. The water's very blue. I wonder if something to do with that. Have a look around anyway.
I start looking for anything that looks crystal-like.
Sure.
Explore the room.
Investigation.
like-
or-
You move your things around and have a look, and I'll tell you what you find if you want to make investigation checks around it.
I want to investigate in the water. Like, what's up with this very blue water?
Before you do that, could Aku use Divine Sense before anyone goes rooting around in the water?
Fine, so that's 5e. Yep.
We're going to assume that you just yell at Zug to stop because he's about to walk down the corridor to the left-hand side.
I mean, Aku doesn't stop him from doing anything, but
He's kind of humming to himself as he goes.
Yep. So, as Aku kind of grips Sigil of Sylvanus, kind of expanding your consciousness outward, searching, hunting. The water, it doesn't seem affected. It's not a fiend, it's not an undead, and it's not a celestial. As you're kind of looking around, it does seem to, however, have been consecrated.
What does consecrated mean, DM? Is,
Uh,
is that good or bad?
It has been infused with holy energy.
Blessed.
So that's a good thing, right?
None of you
Yeah,
guys
not
have
bad.
played a paladin.
Oh, I was gonna say, yes, guys. Consecration.
Specifically, to create light in this place. It has been infused with the Hallow spell to create daylight. However, oh, there's a large hole in my dynamic lighting. Oh no. Seemingly, wait, is there?
Check the stream, and that shows you what we can see.
Okay. No, okay, that's fine. Apologies. Cool. So, however, Aku, through the wall ever so slightly, its seeming presence is large enough. You sense it kind of coming through this wall here. A foul odor, worse than the rot, just kind of generally around, fills your nostrils. It just stinks with the stench of undeath. There's an undead creature of seemingly fairly exceptional circumstances and power, enough to kind of trigger you even at this range, within 60 feet of you. You notice it seems to be behind this wall.
Guys, there's nothing over in this corner. It's just a cave, some mushrooms.
I appear to have found mushrooms also.
No
Roman,
crystals.
as you walk up, looking at the mushrooms, where is everybody else?
Flashing around.
I'm investigating as I go.
Okay, cool. So, Zog over here.
I was
Yeah. I'll put Aku over here. Hayden and Askell, where are you?
I'll probably stay relatively close to Aku, so maybe about
No
here.
reason, just...
Yeah.
No reason.
Roman, could you make a perception check investigation check for me? Sorry.
27.
27, okay. As you kind of walking, you're kind of looking around, looking at these mushrooms, each one kind of, as you flick it, kind of spores kind of throws upward. You happen to follow the spores upward, glance up as you see one of the mushrooms fold in of itself, two large red kind of scyther-like blades pop out and both dive down towards you. And could you roll initiative?
What?
Could everyone roll initiative?
What? What?
Oh no.
No, I do not consent to this battle.
28.
Oh,
20.
Removal
Oh, my
turns. Sorry, I'm just gonna put it on there.
7. Oh,
Yeah.
twinsies.
All right. So, putting them.
What's your dex, Sai, on Aku?
Probably low, so you can go first.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, high attacks to the rogue.
That's a natural 20 and a 16. So,
I got 20.
where's my clicker? Okay, add to turn. Add to turn. Could we get battle music? Sorry.
Oh yeah. Let me hit this up.
16. Okay. Barnes 19. Hayden, you got 7, right?
Yeah. So did Aku, but I've got higher dex than Aku, so I don't know how you want to do that.
Back on 6 for now.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Roman, I imagine you're first. Yeah, Roman. As these things kind of fall down, cracking, sides just dodging you, you kind of look up and you see that their head is this weird kind of mushroom-like kind of almost hood with like fungus growing on the back. The central kind of thing that almost seems to be their face is almost like a bulbous sack of spores that kind of looks towards you. Their body is it's vaguely reminiscent, for those of you who haven't seen it, of kind of the myconoids, but these are clearly like larger and hulking. But like flashing before you, made of almost like crystal, are these two red kind of arms that are purely scythes that they look to kind of like as they kind of try to hit you with, you kind of see them pulling out and they seem exceptionally sharp. They're kind of almost like this, make low like chittering sound like insects. Roman, you're up. They've landed directly next to you.
Wicked. Love that for me. So I will. Oh my god, wasn't expecting combat. Sorry, so I haven't really prepared. Spawn an echo. Oh, actually, hold on. Do I have a bonus action? Get out of jail free. I do. I have it. Oh, I can do a wee misty step. That's what I shall do. I'll do a misty step. To here.
Okay.
Because Misty Step doesn't get a provoke attack of opportunity, right?
No. So where are you misty stepping to? Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And then I will use my movement to run through here. The mushroom men are coming, and they have large swords attached to their mushroom hands.
To their mushroom hands.
Mushroom man.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, and I would like to pull out my sword and hold an attack in case anything comes within range of me.
Okay, absolutely. Cool. It is one of the mushroom men's turn. It's gonna move 30 feet, and you'll probably all see it as it just kind of hulkingly turns around the corner. Kind of large bulbous sacs for kind of moving with the hood kind of moving underneath, and its arms again, as Roman said, kind of clawing around the side, kind of making large indents into the walls. It kind of pulls itself around. You get, and it kind of like again that weird chittering sound, and it's gonna make, as it kind of, you notice its spore kind of pulses and explodes outwards, and it's gonna make a 30-foot cone. So that's gonna be, I'm gonna roll only Aku and Roman. Could you make Constitution saving throws for me?
Am I close enough for Aku's bonus or no?
No, it's 5 feet.
Lame.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Okay.
24.
24. Okay, you both succeed. So you take 12 points of acid damage. Yeah, you take 12 points of acid damage, as most of the weird explosion of rot and corrosive acid kind of flies at you, and you both manage to dodge it, and it kind of sears into the ground, and it kind of clings to the wall as well. And you imagine that if this had hit you, it would have continued to bite away at your armor.
Do I need to make a wisdom save?
Yes.
8.
Okay. Could you roll 2d6 for me?
That's a 3, a 2, and a 3.
Okay. There is a lashing of black light from one of Roman's tattoos that kind of flares as this hits, and it kind of cavorts into Aku, dealing 5 points of damage.
Oh, PvP was over. Bury the hatchet, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Not in each other.
That's going to be the end of that. Zug.
Well, Zug is currently, I believe, miles away from everything. I don't even know if I'm enraged to have heard anything. Like, maybe a slight commotion? I don't know, how much noise are things making, like, realistically, considering...
I think Roman yelled,
here.
and, like, you're only...
It didn't sound like he
100
yelled. It sounded like he kind of came back and be like, the mushroom people are coming.
Wait, Roman didn't yell, then maybe, yeah, you haven't heard anything yet.
So I guess Zug, after kicking a couple of mushrooms, just assuming that does nothing, just begins to slowly wander his way back. Which...
Wow, you guys got so up in Ghostface about kicking mushrooms, and Zug's out here just doing it, and no one's bothered.
That was a
No-
mushroom
no one-
baby.
No one can see.
It's different.
It's the
Aren't
important
they,
part.
aren't they all mushroom babies? Aaron?
This one was a real baby.
What were you gonna
tiny
say?
Baby boy.
Oh, that's it. If you're stomping on mushrooms.
I'm not stomping. He just gives it kind of like a this stupid mushroom. Just gives it a kick, like it's in the way of where he's walking. Well, what happens?
Nothing.
Okay, cool. All right, and then he starts moving. I mean, I guess he just walks like this far.
Yeah, fair enough.
There, and then Amaran rounding the corner notices that everyone's kind of looking quite like tense and battle ready.
And no, and has been covered in acid.
Yeah, exactly. Like at that point, he realizes shit's going down, and he's like, "Oh."
Pull that
I
without
think that's as
axe.
far as I can move in one turn.
Yep. Ascor. Ascor. Oh, Echo, yes. We are currently Ascorless.
He's back.
No,
he's
I'm
back,
sort
he's
of
back.
here. I'm just enduring some severe technical issues.
Right enough.
I have not laid eyes on this creature yet, have I?
Yeah, it's come around here and sprayed everyone with acid, so you have seen it.
Cool. I've seen the acid. I can't see it from my position, apparently. I can just sort of see the edge of it.
That's fine.
So what is it, like a giant-looking bug kind of guy, or
kind of cross between a mug and a bushroom with kind of scyther's
mug and a
arms.
mushroom? So
And a mushroom.
Mug and a mushroom.
Mug and a mushroom.
Mushroom.
Bushroom.
mug and a mushroom. Okay, cool. Could be something entirely unimaginative.
Hit the mushroom in his pussy.
Bruh!
Bruh.
It's a
That's-
mushroom. It would be as
Excuse
mussy.
me.
Oh, sorry.
That's a shroom, bro.
Dude.
It's aggressive. No, don't hold back.
Upsetting me.
Beat it up.
Upsetting me a great deal. Okay, is it this one? Let's take a look. Yeah, this one looks pretty fucking good. Spell right here.
I believe
so-
you have used Disintegrate, by the way. I need to mark that off for you. And Banishment.
You have.
This changes things. Probably not a great deal. So I used banishment, was it? So 4th level.
And your 6th, yeah.
And Disintegrate. Yep, that has been cast.
Oh yeah, Jamie, I sent you how many HP Asgore had lost as well. How
Yeah,
much?
I've got that. I'm just missing the
You roll
Missing
for
the
short rest
spells.
though. I hit dice and like.
It's freezing up. Nice. So I'm going to cast Everard's Black Tentacles, I believe, on it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's 20-foot square over there, just kind of as far back as I can see. Let's just measure that out. So let's say here. It
Here?
doesn't capture anyone of note. So it's basically a square centered on, yeah, pretty much. And let's see what that does exactly. Enters effect for the first time. It must have seen a Dexterity saving throw.
Or on any of its subsequent turns, right?
On a subsequent turn, something else happens. To make a strength or dexterity
a-
check.
Enters the effect for the first time, or starts its turn there. Yeah, so I think it's we've always I believe we are ruling this wrong, but given that I've always ruled it this way, it's fine. A Dexterity saving throw. 17.
Let's take a look. That is the same as mine, so it saves, right?
Yep, so half damage.
I think it does any damage, does it?
A creature that starts. Sorry, must see. No, yep, you're right. It succeeds and takes nothing. Okay, so tentacles trying to rip it. This thing's like hulking, large form and kind of weird anatomy. Seems odd, like kind of can't be bound, and it's kind of slashing away at the tentacles as they trying to grab it. Cool. So that's the end of Asgore's go. Right.
That counts as difficult terrain.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much. Otherwise, Asgore's gonna just do a little good old fucking run away. And this is water here, is it?
Yep. Difficult terrain, I'd probably argue.
Okay, in that case, Asgore's probably just gonna, in fact, rather cheekily, and then he'll just get sprayed with something nasty. Maybe make a move to like hither.
Okay. Cool.
It's me.
Okay, these creatures are not super smart, so it's going to take half. Okay, so it's going to run into the tentacles. It needs to make. Actually, no, it's going to run to the outside and stand here. Okay, let's make its go. Barnes.
Okay, he's gonna whip out his rapier and say, "Okay, gentlemen, form up." And I'm gonna use my bonus action to use Mantle of Inspiration. So you will get 11 temporary HP.
I love you.
And
Range
you
on
can 60 feet, so you will get it. You can
Okay.
all use your reaction to use your movement now. So Zog, you can move closer to the thing. Anyone can just move where they want right now if there's
So
anywhere
for
you guys
seven,
want to go.
You give 10 temp HP.
11 temp HP, and you can all move if you want to move anywhere.
How much can we move?
Your movement. You're using your reaction for it, but you can use all your movement for it.
I think I need to use my bonus action to move the echo, so never mind.
30 feet. I'm go.
You can move the echo independent. I don't
Go
think it
about,
uses
yeah.
your bonus action. You just move it about.
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not tied to your bonus action. And so that's so anyway, that's my bonus action. Then I'm going to, from the tip of the rapier, send out 3 beams of crackling bardic blast.
Bard energy.
Yeah. So that's a 27 total. 21.
That hits. Yep, that hits.
Oh, cool, and a 25. Nice.
25 hits.
These are D10s, aren't they? Yes, they are D10s.
Yep.
So that's 10 force damage, 9 force damage, 14 force damage.
10, 9,
14.
14. Yep. So as this creature kind of, is attempting to be to put its way through these tentacles, it doesn't seem focused on you, and as you all kind of feel inspired by Barnes' speech gets you going, the 3 red beams of energy slam into this thing, pulling away at its like chitin armor and kind of pulling off large chunks of it, falling down on the ground. It kind of reels back. That obviously hurt.
Alrighty.
If there's nothing left Barnes would like to do, like movement.
Shift to the side, but yeah.
Hayden.
Just to confirm, did Roman move his echo?
I think so.
Yeah, sorry. I was just trying to decide whether I would have moved it out, but yeah, I would have moved it. Well, yeah, because I go before them, so yeah, I would have moved it back here.
Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't have moved then if I saw Roman's echo moving. I would have stayed here. So considering that I am like 5'7" and like Aku is like 6'4" and built like a massive Dorito, if I like rolled high enough on stealth, could I like technically hide behind him?
Let's see what the stealth roll is.
He's got like a big like skirt dress thing on as well, so like I'd say that adds like extra cover, right?
Let's see what.
See what my stealth
happens.
roll is. Okay,
Yeah.
let's give it a bash. Oh no, it's a 17.
Is it not a 22?
Oh yeah, it should be a 22. I don't know why my expertise hasn't been getting applied to my rolls today. Yeah, it's a 22.
Okay. I would say this creature is unaware of your current position.
Yes. Okay.
Combination of hiding in the shadows and behind Aku's Dorito.
Yes. Okay, I want to do a sneak attack.
It's fine.
Does that mean I get to roll 3 times?
Yep.
Yay. Okay. Actions. Okay, first roll, second roll, third roll. Does a 24 hit?
24 does hit.
Cool. Then I do 14 points of piercing damage, 21 points of sneak attack damage, for a total 35.
35. Okay, as the bolt kind of slides into it, you see that even a magical attack, you kind of see that the very thick plating doesn't seem to, the point kind of always snaps off as soon as it hits. It damages it a little bit, but you see that piercing damage doesn't seem to be the way.
I don't like that. Okay, as my bonus action, I would like to summon my Shadow Blade, and I'm going to throw that at him.
Okay.
So, a dark shadowy blade appears in my hand, and let's throw that. Oh, sorry. How do I roll for magic attacks again? Spell attack, isn't it?
It's d20 plus your spell attack modifier, so that will be
Roll d20 plus
on your
7.
spells the top.
Is a 15 hit?
15 does not hit, as it's kind of like leaning against one of the tentacles kind of from Ascor, kind of rips up, kind of knocks your Shadow Blade slightly off course and kind of throws it against the wall.
Ooh, okay, that's fine. And then I'm gonna use my movement to get the hell out of there, so, let's see. I've got 30-foot movement. Did Zug make any sort of notion that there's something was coming from where he came from?
No.
Okay, cool.
It seemed like he was casually strolling back, like
Sweet.
perfectly happy.
I'm actually gonna run over to where Ascor is. Seems like a good place for cowards. Alright, that's my turn.
Cool. Okay. And Aku, you're up.
Aku is going to run up to it and stab it if he
Nice.
can. So
Yep. I'll let you be out the range of the tentacles just. About.
okay, yeah, thank you. Okay. That is a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Okay. So 15 points of damage, and as he kind of lunges at the mushroom monster, he sort of like whips the spear back around and hits it again with the butt of his spear, and that is 1 point of damage.
Okay, nice. That's fun.
And yeah, he's gonna attack again. 24 to hit.
24 hits, so that you can tell me you're the DM now.
No.
Ah yes, Aku one-shots both the monsters in
Nice.
a single attack.
Very cool.
Oh my god, 7 points of damage. Sad.
7 points of damage. Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
as Aku kind of dives in, and this creature's very distracted by these tentacles, and each slash with your spear is kind of like taking a large chunk of its armor. Kind of, there's a plate's almost full. You're seeing that the underneath of this is a lot less protected, and the outside almost serves as like hardened armor, like you'd expect on the beetle. Cool. As Aku kind of charges forward, the rest of you, it is Roman is up. If Aku doesn't want to do anything else.
Nope.
Cool. Cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to read the rules on this echo again. So I can. Oh, opportunity attack. Reaction to make opportunity attack. Because it says here on the third thing is I can attack with it, but
Yeah,
and it says no action, but
it's part of your attack action. So when you make an attack, you either make it from your position or the echo's position, right?
yeah. So I thought that, but for some reason it just says attack, and then in brackets it says no action, and I was just like confused by that for a second. It is fine. I'll move the echo here, and then I will cast a spell. Yes. I shall cast. I've got some cool spells, but we've only been fighting dumb creatures, so. I shall cast Eldritch Blast on it, because why not?
I think you mean Wizard Blast.
Yeah, an actual Wizard Blast. Oh, it was terrible. It's a 12.
12 does not hit.
No, I mean.
Oh, 12 damage.
Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. Sorry, I'm so used to just doing it. Yeah, sorry, I need to roll to hit before I roll damage.
Yeah.
So that's a 29 to hit, and then.
29 hits. Yep, I'll
and
give you
then
that
I
one.
roll the damage. And it was worse. No, it was better. It was 13 damage.
13 damage. Okay, cool. Yeah. Again, as you kind of run forward, the echo kind of hands out, fire leaping from your fingers, kind of again the crackling force energy straight towards this creature, kind of knocking it back almost off its legs.
It's leggy. Oh, that's the end of my turn.
Cool. This creature is going to attack Aku with its talons. It's going to make 3 attacks, all at advantage. However, any melee attack against it from now on will be at advantage too. As it attacks recklessly, that is a 25 to hit Aku.
Yes, DM, that hits me.
That is 15 points of slashing damage. And then with a second attack, That is going to be a 20 to hit, Aku.
Yes, that hits me.
It's 19 points of damage with the second, and then finally, that one's a 13, which I think misses. So the first two attacks, kind of big, massive swipes with these things with surprising reach and range as it kind of pulls its way towards you. Each one kind of slashing down and down, ripping away at you, and it's surprising sharpness and surprising toughness and reach that you're not quite expecting, and it kind of rips through. You kind of feel your parts of your chest go numb as it rips down, and then along sitting down your side. But you're finally managing to get the spear up with the tip of it and push the second one to the side and dodge out the way, or the third one out the way. As it kind of moves in closer to the room. Moving to Aku will probably get Aku will get an attack of opportunity, which I believe is Sentinel, as it attempts to kind of move away from him.
My Echo gets attack of opportunity as well, I think.
Okay,
From
indeed.
the DM.
Both of you do, yeah, as it kind of tries to move into the room. So attack of opportunity
22.
22.
Oh, I rolled a 2. What bullshit is this?
22 hits though. Yeah.
Can I ask
One.
that creature that's moving there? That was the one that I cast on initially, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No worries.
That's 10.
Minus 10. Okay, that's fine. It kind of seems to send the room stepping itself around. Zug.
I think I'm in range to move and hit this thing. Although movement is just an action, right?
No, movement's just movement. You just have it, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. In that case, I move up to this thing and go for an attack. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, not terribly. We'll see.
You have advantage on all these attacks.
Wait, hold on. I have Bane though. So how does that remind me
Minus
how that works again?
D4. Bane is
To all
minus
my-
D4. Yeah.
To all my rolls,
Oh,
right?
I forgot about Blast. Oh.
Yeah. Bless and Bane to all you people.
Okay, so that's
Yeah, just to remind as well, that's difficult terrain. It's walking over with that.
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So that is an advantage, you say, huh?
Yep.
Lowest was 23.
23 hits.
Okay, so first attack hits. Then that is. I'll try and be as quick as possible. I get to reroll that. Ha 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 ha. Oh. 20
Yeah.
plus-
It did half damage.
plus a. Okay, so that's 20. What type of damage is it again? Slashing damage.
Okay.
20 slashing damage plus. I'll tell you how much cold damage. And I believe the last one is also slashing damage. So holy shit! I just literally rolled max on every roll. So that's 28 maximum amount of damage, which would be 32 in a single hit.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, as it kind of moves forward, it's kind of bearing down on Roman, weird sack kind of pulsing, and Zog kind of, having realized something is on, draws his weapon and slams into this thing's side, almost knocking it over.
In that case, speed up. Oh fuck, advantage, right?
Yeah.
29.
29 hits.
And that is 9 plus. It's not resistant to any kind of damage, right?
Piercing.
Piercing, okay, well none of this is
Yeah.
piercing damage, that's fine. So this one is 16 plus, 25 on
25.
this one.
Okay, as the creature kind of is barely on its legs, you kind of slam it at the side with your first attack, it falls over, and as it kind of looks, it doesn't look like a head, but you kind of identify it as the central neural network of this thing, and you kind of slam your axe across it, it kind of explodes, and kind of the thing rocks ever so slightly to one side and falls to the ground, seemingly unmoving.
Okay. Nothing else is in range. I can't see around the... There's something else over there, right? I just can't see it.
Maybe.
There's a second mushroom man.
Yeah.
Roman
no,
would
I'm
have
not.
shouted
I would
about
have.
you,
I would have been able
Mushroom
to attack something if it was close. But
Evan's
nothing
black
close.
tentacles.
Nothing is close, so I can't see it. So that's the end of me go.
Cool, Ascor.
Has DC'd.
Okay, Doesn't matter because I don't think Askell would do anything. And Aku, you can see this creature as it kind of like hears or senses its compatriots disappearing. You can see it kind of like moves against the wall, and immediately its kind of form begins to disintegrate, push itself against the wall, and almost seems to seep into it. And you see it kind of disappear into the rot and the fungus out of sight. As
Scary.
we will say that for now, combat is over out of initiative.
It left.
Just fucking.
To the side of the undead sense.
So there's the undead sense you're still sensing from over this way.
I can't see where you're like.
Oh, sorry.
Thinking. So can you just describe it like left?
Yeah, so you're pinned right up against a wall there. You can feel the stench, like you can sense. You can smell it, but you can also sense this dark presence, like immediately on the opposite side of the wall which you're leaning up against. And as you kind of get back from the thrill of combat, you kind of just away from it, turn around, and you kind of shudder slightly.
Where'd that come from then, Roman?
From the ceiling, actually. Of
How
the
bad
mesh-
does this corpse smell?
This thing here, not too bad.
Just a,
I don't think Zug's kind of
fairly-
poking it with his axe. I don't think this was the smelly thing. Doesn't smell bad enough.
No, and something tells me this is not Deseret either. It's just a angry little mushroom man.
I don't think Deseret would have died that easily.
No, we should be
Fair
so
enough.
lucky.
Nor do I.
Or I am incredibly strong.
Or very strong, actually, Zug.
Those two things are not mutually exclusive.
Your dynamic lighting is kind of
Oh.
a
Fucked
bit
up.
odd.
Mhm.
There we go.
Yeah.
No,
There
I
you go, it's back.
prefer it with the fog rather than the ugly grey. It's nice.
I say we just press on.
Just keep an eye on the ceiling. That's where they fell from.
Right.
Zug kind of turns around and he looks at. Are you two okay? He kind of yells back to the two boys hiding right at the back.
It's
Sloshing about.
Where'd what go?
The thing, where did it go?
Well, one of them sunk into the wall, so it's still here somewhere, and the other one I might have killed.
Hayden's gonna kind of peek around the corner.
They're not that scary.
Squeeze
Yeah.
past Zug.
They look worse than they are.
It came from the ceiling, so keep your eyes up as well.
Hayden kind of peers
Heavy.
upwards. Is there any sign of it?
Make a perception check.
You know, technically we came from the ceiling with the last things that we fought.
That is
Although-
true.
Yes, not wrong.
It
Very
happened
true.
very
Very
differently,
true.
though.
23.
23. Looking around, very keen eyes down here, kind of the lichen stuff. You can't distinguish kind of anything moving in the undergrowth or along the walls or down. Like if this thing is here, it's moved on or is incredibly still. But you can't see it.
It is possible that it saw its little friend go down and didn't really fancy that for itself.
Fair enough. I can relate to that.
Understandable.
Dead. Ha ha ha.
Should we press on then? Zug, did you
Bless.
see anything in the hallway that you went down? Was it a dead
No.
end or?
It was a dead end with some mushrooms on the ground.
All right.
Not the big kind that try and stab you. Just regular mushrooms this time.
Cool. I'll move on ahead then and scout out.
Wait, Hayden.
What?
Good luck.
Oh.
And he'll give you a wink and cast, well, use Bardic Inspiration.
He'll blush a little bit after you wink at him and quickly turn around and keep going. What does Bardic do again? Is that D10?
D10, yeah.
For how long? A minute or an hour?
I have so many features. Hang on.
Oh, woe is me.
For 10 minutes, it can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, added after seeing the roll but before knowing the outcome.
Cool. A sigh. When Hayden blushes after Barnes winks at him, does Aku react at all?
Aku doesn't see Hayden blushing because when he sees Barnes wink at Hayden, he just turns around and looks at him as if almost like, excuse you?
What's
And
that
then
face
looks away.
for? What did I do to deserve that? Well,
What's
I'll
happening?
get him. I'm not
I'm-
sure.
I'm
Hayden's
confused too.
scouting ahead.
Ah,
What's-
yes. Go.
What's in this little cul-de-sac here? This is the one I didn't go in before.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh yeah, Jamie, can
If
you
you-
give me an extra Hayden so I can see what Roman sees?
Yep. So, Roman, walking in there, could you make an investigation check for me?
Looks just behind you, peering around the corner.
25.
25. Looking down on the ground, you kind of you put your foot, crunches, and you kind of peel your foot up, and there are bones beneath your feet. Lots of rib cages, skulls. As you peel away some more of the grass, and there are hundreds of corpses here. And as you look at the walls,
Humanoid?
seemingly some of them, some larger. And as you kind of look at them, none of them have any kind of residue flesh on them at all. You don't know quite how long they've been here. Some of them have fully disintegrated, and it's just splinters and remnants left. Looking at the walls, you see kind of the similar like tracks of claws, like the fight, whatever it was, continued here. As you kind of peer down and pick up something, you kind of see like a glint of metal, and you kind of fist it out, pull it out, and there's a coin that, as you look at it, doesn't seem to be from the Empire or the Dynasty or kind of any coin that you're aware of or know. But in the center of it, there's kind of an electric blue gem that reminds you of, like, tiny compared to the one you found, but incredibly similar to the one that was in the statue's mouth.
There's no date minted on it or anything? Or
No.
any language or runes?
There is a kind of one sign of it, the pattern on it is kind of a central tower with the crystals set at the top with kind of like lines drawing off it. And on the flip side, you have kind of a city that seems to be suspended in midair.
Hog.
Hmm. We're gonna turn around and leave this place. Roman's gonna flick the coin towards Zug. Here you go.
Huh?
One for your troubles.
Oh, thank you.
What?
And so I assume the moment I pick up the coin, I realize it looks like nothing I've seen before in terms of currency.
What you got there? Is that something we can use to unlock anything, or?
It's just a coin. It's a very fancy looking coin.
Looks like something that wasn't quite digested by whatever it is that was nesting here, however long ago.
Oh,
Certainly, I don't feel like it holds any power or enough to power anything of importance.
it's quite neat though. Thank you.
As everyone is kind of chatting, Aku is gonna like put his hand on the wall and look pretty winded and say, "Can we take this chance to have a short break, perhaps?" And he looks like he is not too far off of falling over.
Wow.
You perhaps
course.
wait here, and Hayden and I could scout ahead and make sure there's nothing else coming for us this way. Zug, would you stay?
Yeah, no problem. I'm very good at standing guard. Done it quite a lot.
Yeah, I agree that we
Nothing
should.
gets past me, he says. He kind of like pushes a thumb into his own chest.
Love Zug so much. Hayden says, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking a break, but this place is giving me the creeps, so let's figure out if it's safe before we really rest up for too long."
No more mushroom men in the roof of this place?
Not that you can see.
Or do we want to go back to the previous room we were in? That room seemed pretty safe, I think.
Yes, but I feel there is some benefit in at least looking ahead to make sure that nothing is immediately waiting around the corner for us.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Barnes, he notices him
What?
kind of walking into the other room. You want to come with us?
Would you?
Yeah.
Sure.
We're just gonna scout ahead, and we'll come back in a minute.
All right.
Okay.
Don't miss us too much, guys. He'll call back to the rest.
Hayden will stop at the entrance to this next kind of little alcove and kind of check it for traps before walking through. What are the things on the ground? Are they mushrooms?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the room where Roman kind of got attacked by the mushrooms falling from the ceiling.
Oh, okay. But does it look fairly safe to traverse through?
I think Roman has walked through, so yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
Roman already came in
is
this
now.
room, so.
All right, we'll follow.
Could you all roll perception checks as you're looking around?
Cool.
And Hayden, perception checks.
Can I roll investigation because I'm like actively looking for traps?
You can both roll in. You can all roll investigation and perception.
And perception.
22 perception. Only 10 investigation.
14 perception, 17 investigation.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Why isn't my reliable talent working? I've got reliable talent on everything that has proficiency, right? It doesn't have to be expertise.
It's just proficiency.
Okay, then yeah, I should have rolled a 21 on both of those.
21. Okay, those of you with over 20, which I think was 2 of you on perception, coming up, kind of, you can see the kind of, on the one side, you've got like a circular bend. On the other side, you seem to have a turning. And coming from the left and then left again, if Hayden kind of moves forward, I think you all can see it if you move in here. Coming from like up and to the left and then left again, you just hear a slightly odd sound that doesn't quite sound like crying, but seems like something trying to catch its breath. But
can you?
It's Uncanny Valley. It sounds like something for those 21. It sounds like something trying to imitate crying.
That's very creepy.
Don't like that. Can you ping on the map where that sound is coming from?
This way.
Oh, hold on. Do it one more time. It wasn't zoomed out enough. Okay, cool.
If you would allow me, Roman will manifest an echo next to them, and he will send it. He'll like do this, and he sends the echo walking to the end of the corridor.
Okay. Can you see through the echo?
Not yet, no. It's more just to see if anything will jump out on it.
Yeah, so as the echo kind of stands there, you will look and the crowd goes a little bit, and then a creature with like incredibly long grasping hands and like a jagged hanging mouth. You kind of get a glimpse of it as it jumps out mouth first, kind of like mouth open to jump, slam on the echo and roll the other side. So it goes like quickly from sorry, why am I trying to grab this? Quickly goes from kind of, you see it kind of jump out from here, grab the echo disappears, and it rolls this way to the other side.
I don't like that.
Was it like scary looking, or was it just a bit like, I don't know?
Yeah, it looked like it had like incredibly, like it looked like in an incredibly skinny humanoid form, except that its hands were hugely oversized and its mouth was like bigger than you'd expect, with large teeth kind of hanging loosely open, and it kind of almost seemed to expand unnaturally as it seemed to slash down on the echo.
That was disgusting. Roman, let me stand behind you, please.
Yes, let's not go this way.
Right.
And then the sounds after some time, as you're kind of beginning to walk away, they begin to resume.
I mean, I could try and charm it and disable it, but
I fear if the rest of the party requires some rest,
let's
we
not
set up-
start trouble.
yes, let's set up a perimeter, keep an eye out for those sounds, if any of those bad smells get closer.
Yeah, I don't think that we should engage with anything if we can help it.
Right. Let's go back. On the way back, he's gonna drop into step with Hayden and say, Hayden, I have a question to ask you.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I've been trying to suss out you and Aku's vibe, if you know what I mean. It's
Oh,
confused me. You've been sharing tents with him the whole time. But you're so awkward around him. You're blushing at me, and he's getting, I don't know, frosty, but I just really can't make heads nor tails of it. Could you just tell me once and for all so I can stop being confused, please?
Tell you what exactly?
Well, what's going on in your tents? Am I going to be upsetting anyone? Do I need to apologize to him? I don't want him to be upset with me, you know?
Nothing goes on in the tent. It's just...
Surprising. Why not?
I don't know. I sleep in there because, it's safe and stuff.
Right, but what about the obvious tension that you have and all the staring you do at his large whatevers, you know?
Excuse me? What? I don't stare. Come on.
You're really not very subtle, Hayden. For a little rogue, sneaky type, you're really not very subtle at all.
I think I'm very subtle.
You're stammering.
I'm not stammering.
You're so embarrassed.
I'm not.
But are you an adult?
Yeah, of course.
Get it together, buddy. If you've not told him, then tell him.
But I offered, like, months ago, and he hasn't done anything. So,
you know,
what am I meant to do?
What I've noticed about him is that I don't think he interacts with people in quite the same way that other people interact with him, if you know what I mean. And I don't mean that harshly. I think he just acts on a certain different set of rules. Do you know, he's more natural, I guess, about it. Less of this sort of societal expectation imposed upon him. He just sort of does as is. And I think you just maybe need to be a bit more direct with him if that's what your intention is.
Can you get much more direct than saying, hey, do you want to make out?
I really can't believe that you ever said that to him. Are you sure the context was there?
I was like, hey, if you're not into Rasha or Ghost, maybe you could give me a try. I'm a good kisser. And then he was just like, oh,
I
I
don't know.
don't know.
Somebody said that to me. I'd be pretty insulted. Oh, if you're not into the other people, maybe how about give me a go? No, absolutely not.
What?
If somebody's going to make out with me, I'd like them to make me feel special in the moment.
Oh.
Okay? I will go and apologize to Aku for upsetting him, however.
Wait, why is he upset?
I don't know. But, like I said, I don't quite understand, but I'm trying to. I don't think he's a bad guy, I just think he is different. Anyway, let's not get eaten by the thing back there.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd check in before we all die, so at least I die knowing about the things around me, if not anything else in the world.
Yeah,
And also, I need to talk to Vespin, so, and he's gonna pat Hayden on the shoulder and be like, whenever you're feeling like giving me a shot at that, and he's gonna walk off into the tunnel.
Oh. What? And kind of sighs and follows after him.
And we return.
Okay.
Can't believe
Guys,
I
head
just
back.
got eviscerated. Eviscerated by Barnes.
As you turn the corner, Zug goes, "Halt! Who goes there?" Oh,
It's just
you
us,
not.
dude.
Oh, okay, no problem. You can come.
Thanks.
You want to keep an ear out for any soft sobbing. And I don't mean Hayden's soft sobbing that could be
What?
coming from inside the camp.
I'm not crying.
You do cry sometimes, though.
What?
Crying that isn't Hayden. Understood.
I'm a
it is
professional
trap, so-
therapist if you need somebody to talk to, though.
Oh,
so.
it's a trap. Oh,
Mm,
I would have thought it was just someone crying.
but now you know. They say knowing is half the battle, Zug. And you've got
Kind
the
of
other half
taps his-
completely covered. So perhaps we can work more on the knowing.
He taps his head, being like, "Preparedness is everything." That's what my captain used to say.
He was not wrong.
I didn't like him though.
Anyway, search was inconclusive. There might be more ahead, but we're not sure.
Yeah, I definitely am getting bad vibes from the rest of this place, so...
I mean, I think that's pretty obvious, is it not? It's clearly not a place that we're supposed to be in.
Yeah. I'm not sure if this is really the best place to set up camp.
We're not setting up camp. We're just relaxing a bit. You know?
Aku needs to rest, so...
Catching our breath.
Set a small perimeter around. Keep an eye out for anything on the ceiling, any non-Hayden crying.
But I haven't cried for, like, at least a week.
You're very brave.
You're doing great, Hayden.
Come on,
That's your
guys.
benchmark. Do you need my services?
Come on.
You might cry if you offer him services.
What?
I'm not going to offer him any services at all.
Roman's just gonna sit, nod
Apart
at
from
Hayden
those I'm professionally trained for.
and sit in this gap here to keep an ear and an eye out for anything coming this way while Aku has a wee nap or whatever.
Zug is like leaning on the wall, despite the fact that the creature just disappeared into the wall. He just seems to just leaning on the wall, holding his axe.
So you're all having a short rest, in
Hayden's
theory.
gonna walk over and sit down next to Aku and start taking a short rest as well.
I don't want to take a short rest because I don't want to lose my temp HP, so I guess
Okay.
just won't.
Yeah, that's fine, not to. Okay, you're all spread out. Those of you on watch probably can hear far off in the distance now. You hear the still, but it doesn't seem to be coming closer. It's pretty off-putting, this entire place. Kind of trying to rest and get your bearing, especially for somebody who's in tune with his surroundings as Aku is. It just feels off and uncomfortable. And it's not that you're not getting a short rest, it's just it feels slightly wrong. After I'd say 5 to 10 minutes, Aku, you see as a hand begins to reach out of the wall next to you.
Which
It
side?
almost seems
Which
to
side
kind
of Aku is it?
The other side of which you are.
Oh, okay.
Almost seems to try to go to reach for your throat.
Bad touch, bad touch.
What the?
Can the rest of us see
It's-
this?
What?
I mean, at this point, how does Aku react to it? This is
He's
happening right
gonna
now.
like jump up. He's gonna like get away from the hand like immediately.
Can the rest of us see this?
Yeah,
You can.
absolutely. The rest of you can see it as it kind of pulls back. You see like its white clawed hand, and then this face appears. The kind of snake, like weird humanoid face that you guys saw before, kind of
Hayden,
kisses at all of you and pulls back into the wall. And could you all make wisdom saving throws?
If
Oh,
Roman
jeez.
wasn't looking that way, would he need to do that as well?
No, you whip round upon hearing the noise, and you see your compatriots staring at the wall. Wisdom saving throws.
What effect is this?
This is the memory loss effect.
Hayden, I don't know if he would have had the reaction time to do this, but after seeing it stick its hand out of the wall next to Aku, he probably would have drawn his dagger and tried stabbing it.
I will let you make an attack or try to. Yeah.
Okay.
Including Bane, that was a 9.
Would a 14 would have hit it?
Oh my god.
No. As it kind of pulled back quickly, you kind of dagger slams into the wall, but wisdom saving throws from people.
Okay.
22
22. Okay.
Do I have Aku's
plus
bonus?
4
Yes,
plus
you do.
4 if you're next to me, which I imagine everyone is huddled fairly close if we're taking a rest.
Yeah. So 13 for Zug then.
24 with the
Wait,
bonus.
would I take 13? What?
13 if you're adding a plus 4 from Aku.
Oh, yeah.
So I think everybody except for Zug remembers this creature. Zug, you just go back to normal. Like, why is everyone standing up all of a sudden?
Oh. That was it. That was the thing.
What thing?
Right? The memory taken thing.
Do we remember if we'd seen this
Memory
previously
taking.
but forgotten about it? Do we now remember seeing it previously, or is this like the first
No.
time we've seen it?
The first time you've seen it.
Okay.
But
You
you
saw it
obviously you guys
again.
talked about it.
It came back from this
Ooh.
wall.
What the fuck was that?
It came
Super
back.
creepy.
What was it?
The thing with the white face and the long neck.
Thing with the white face and the long neck.
Aiden's gonna stand up and move away from that wall.
So yes, it did come back.
Is that
Oh,
just
Jesus
a
Christ,
rat?
Jamie.
Yo, don't like that.
It's a bit big. It's a bit big.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Jesus.
Maybe make it a little smaller, my dude.
That's
No,
cancelled.
Yeah, that was just a
Dude.
reference what it looked like.
Bro.
Bro, that's like a sleep
Ew.
paralysis thing. Come on.
Okay,
Dude,
okay.
dude,
Um,
Dude, what the fuck? I'm gonna be seeing that and hearing your fucking creepy noises in my dreams tonight. This is... I don't watch horror
I
movies
hate
for a reason.
Do I need to tag this stream with horror? Like fucking hell.
I never saw it. That's cool.
Okay. It came from this wall, and Roman's looking at Aku as he says that.
What are we talking about?
This one, Roman points to the wall.
Yes, that one.
Stand back, and Roman's gonna fire.
Whoa. Before Roman does anything to that wall, Aku is gonna say, "There is something behind that wall which is very powerfully undead. I would take care, Roman."
Can we just leave this room and go back to the other room, which is safe and not got hands coming through the walls? Whoa.
I've got some bad news
Well.
for you, Hayden. There is nothing safe about this whole place.
Oh my god.
If we wanted safe, we wouldn't have come here in the first place.
It's clear this creature can traverse any ground, so
I don't know what the creature you're talking about is.
I'd say you know it if you see it, but never mind.
Ignorance really is bliss, Zug. I envy you. That thing's absolutely horrible.
Were you able to
Oh.
gain sufficient rest, Aku?
I feel kind of left out.
We only rested for 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be another 10 minutes.
Oh.
Nothing like shared trauma to bond a group, I suppose.
It's all right. If it comes back, I'll try and stab it.
I would suggest then perhaps moving back towards the water.
Right. Have a bath together.
I could
Well,
watch
wouldn't
the
be the
spot if you
first
want.
time.
It wouldn't.
Oh.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Does the water seem safe? Like, does the water give off any bad vibes?
I don't know if Aku's told you how he felt about the water, but no, the water's pleasant.
Who didn't say anything?
No, the water's sparkly, giving light. Seems very clear and crystal. And none of you have tasted it, but it's definitely not as cold as the surroundings.
I dare someone to taste it.
Did you just say that Zug tastes it?
No, I said I dare someone to taste it.
No, absolutely not.
I wish Ghost was still here.
He would.
Probably convince fucking Zug to drink some.
Oh my god.
Probably would.
Yeah, I guess for the remainder of the short rest, Bonds is going to spend it sort of paddling around and also just very pointedly staring at Hayden's bag of holding and occasionally looking at him with a little smile and a, huh? And, yeah.
If Hayden notices Barnes looking at his bag and smiling, he's gonna shuffle back a little bit and sit a bit closer to someone else, maybe Roman?
Zach is still standing and guarding the exact same spot as he was before.
What about Aku and Asgore? Do they move with us as well? Away from the creepy wall?
Yeah, I mean, Aku definitely is not staying near that wall. He's gonna walk back towards the water and just sort of like sitting there. Maybe tentatively put his hand into the water, and if nothing happens, then wash off his sweaty, dirty face.
Yeah, nothing happens. It's refreshing. The rest of you kind of waiting. You again, or in the distance, now attuned to it, you can hear just far away. There's another sound, almost like it sounds like the grating of rocks together, and it's coming from the area kind of Aku indicated. There's something kind of sounds as if something like moves and twists, and you hear the scratching and the flap of something leathery And then silence.
Oh, jeez.
I would hazard a guess that we are not alone here.
That's a good guess.
Mm. Now, I personally feel like no challenge is insurmountable for our party, so we should just go find it. And deal with it. The direct way.
Not really a direct way sort of man, you know.
I'm over here.
Oh, sorry. It's right.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm still here.
I mean, if they were truly terrifying, they probably would have tried to attack us by now. But, while I'm standing here, nothing's tried to even take a chance.
Roman's echo is like stood next to Zug as well.
Did it just like manifest, or did it walk over?
It's been manifested for a while.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah. But it's just completely still. Like it probably like glitches slightly in and out in kind of like an unnerving way if you look at it too closely.
So I kind of side eyes it a little bit. I think, do you talk? Just waits for a response.
It doesn't move.
Kind of like tentatively reaches a finger out and goes to like kind of gently poke it as it kind of glitches in and out. What happens?
It's an echo, so there's nothing there.
It just goes through.
Mhm.
Ah, it's like ghost strings. Would make sense considering they're related.
Are we able?
Are we resting?
Yeah. Are we able
Yes.
to complete our short rest?
You guys can complete your short rest.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Stubbornly, the party short rests despite all descriptions by the DM.
I know. We're determined.
Nerves of steel.
Sitting back at the thing, looking out into the cavern that you've explored some of. I believe Hayden suggested returning. I suppose the party decides, are you continuing on in this direction or are you going back to the other way?
I think we continue, right? We haven't found anything that can help us, so...
There are creatures laying in wait ahead, so we should scout carefully and try and avoid their traps.
Right.
Hey, should we get going?
No time like the present.
Okay, let's go.
Exactly.
All right. This room is.
Oops.
safe
I
for-
turned-
I didn't know you
somehow
could.
turned my echo 45 degrees.
I didn't know you could
By
do that.
accident. Well, no,
Oh no,
we know.
tilted.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
So, which way are you going?
Okay.
Um,
Did we do a quick loop around this little loopy guy when we were up
No,
here?
you didn't.
we did not.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll follow Barnes and have a little look see as
Oh,
well.
19! Man, these dice are
Oh,
popping
very
tonight.
nice. I rolled a 26.
When
26.
Barnes is Irish.
1926.
He's from
Looking
Ayor, actually.
Looking at the walls, they're kind of slick and wet, even though you're far from water. And it's odd. The powers and the like stuff that is kind of exploring the walls, the ivy, the bark that kind of leans down. It's definitely rotting like everything else here, but there's a weird kind of tinge to it that's unnatural, even for both of you. And you feel as though your shadows here are cast ever so slightly longer, and there's kind of a melding of the shadows across it. The darkness here as well is like more kind of along the side, not the walls, is more difficult to penetrate, and it somehow, despite definitely being flush with life, you feel as though life isn't welcome here. Feels odd and strange, and not quite the same as anywhere else that you've experienced down here.
This is so suspect.
Do we get any magical vibes off of this room?
Yes.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I understand what's going on?
Yep, absolutely.
Cool. I'm also gonna call over my shoulder to Roman and say, Roman, there's something weird going on in this room. You want to check it out?
Mhm.
Look, looks at Roman. It's okay, I'll stand guard here.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll roll Arcana. So mine is a 21.
21.
Is this anything in my expertise or?
Yes.
So do I get advantage?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, LeMayo. Okay, we got 27.
21, 27. Both of you kind of your discussions and feelings about other planes converge a bit here. There are parts of this room that when you look at them almost seem to kind of phase in and out of existence, and you realize that while parts of this tree seemingly, you heard about it being the roots and kind of the binding the world, the roots seemingly extend to different parts and different realities other than the prime material. And from your readings, this is giving you Shadowfell vibes.
My dudes, I'm getting Shadowfell vibes.
Did you say
Not your dude, buddy.
Your buddy, pal.
Like, what do you mean Shadowfell vibes? Is that maybe we should leave this bit and go?
Right. Well, I don't think it's gonna help us make the floor move, so.
Okay, let's leave. I don't like this place.
When you say it seems to like connect to different planes, is it specifically just the Shadowfell, or does it have like possibilities of generating connections to other planes?
This place in particular seems to be melded with the Shadowfell.
Does Roman get the sense that things can come through from the Shadowfell in this area?
Roman would feel it probably isn't impossible.
Jamie,
Yes.
total tangent. What happened to the 2 drow assassin NPCs that we adopted?
You locked them outside.
Did we?
Yeah, the door's shut behind you. Didn't even attempt to open them to get them back.
Didn't we hire them to come help us with
Yeah,
this?
you did.
Exactly
Yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
Everyone just forgot.
Oh my god, we're the worst.
The door's shut. You solved the puzzles. Floor fell through.
Boss
I mean, the
is
floor
probably
fell through pretty quickly. It's not like we could have done much about it.
That's true, that's true. Okay, well, anyway, let's continue onwards. This is a dead end in more ways than one.
way to spell it.
The sound of crying up ahead continues loudly and loudly.
Zaga! Like you said that this thing wasn't it was a thing, not a real person or a...
Hayden, perhaps you could get your crossbow ready.
Yeah, actually. Hayden
Yeah,
will run
'cause,
after his bag.
Lure it
Zag-
out and I'll blast it as well.
Zag wants to ready his weapon and like prime an attack as a reaction and start walking down the tunnel.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Zug, I would just let the ranged fellows handle this one.
No, don't worry. I have this.
Perhaps you could be waiting here as a backup.
Backup.
To protect the rear. In case...
Everyone knows the rear guard is the most boring part of an army.
But you could get
I
ambushed.
beg to differ.
It's very important.
This is a great disrespect. He says, crossing his hand.
It is only, in fact, that we would like to do some more reconnaissance. We don't entirely know what we're dealing with yet.
Fine.
Personally, I'd say it's...
Could you all make stealth checks for me?
Oh god.
At disadvantage with Bane.
21.
Oh,
boy.
in advance.
Bane's a
That is
D4.
Oh, yeah, I have to roll Bane, don't I?
10, and okay, so
I mean,
And
that's what
that's-
we've
10.
forgotten about.
I've not been using
Bane.
Bless.
I've not
27
been
with
using
Bless.
Bane.
That was
yeah.
a 10 at the lowest, actually.
10.
Okay, so it's a
21
20 from me.
Minus 3, 18.
18.
I rolled
Visual-
another nat 20. What the
Nat
fuck?
20.
Yo, Ak is
Wow.
popping off.
So natural 20.
Well,
plus-
I was at disadvantage, so
okay.
I rolled a flat 20, but
Yeah.
So what was the lowest? Zog with 10.
Yeah.
Mine was it was 10.
Oh, Roman, what'd you get?
Oh, it was 18.
18. Okay, at the sound of... So as you guys are listening, you're moving in, and it sounds like the... keeps going, but then suddenly there is a louder growl that kind of seems to permeate through all of the kind of room. You can the cavern shake ever so slightly. And then suddenly fake mewling suddenly immediately stops.
Oh.
Um,
Oh no.
Roman puts his finger to his lips and sends his echo to the end of the corridor to see what appears. Kind of like...
As you look, as it seems like nothing seems to happen.
Jamie, is there any way that we can make it so the Hayden avatar is always underneath where Roman is? Or I don't know if there's any ordering.
Yeah.
Just to hide him.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. So does...
And there's the same kind of gravelly language that you heard the dragon turtle speaking. Kind of gets gutturally whispered out, loudly ringing through the halls. But none of you understand it. But this is loud and clearly not trying to intimidate anything.
Would Ascor, upon us reminding him multiple times that he has tongues, potentially use tongues to try and understand this?
Yeah. So this kind of weird, odd, kind of gravelly, rotting over kind of sound. It almost sounds a little bit like this creature that's saying it is incredibly hoarse. Like it's odd.
It's a
and-
horse!
Yeah.
dragon
and
horse.
Ascor kind of, you see his eyes kind of flip back and he kind of himself, and his mouth kind of mouths the sounds and kind of puts it in to words, and it's saying, "Be quiet, you mewling wretches. I'm trying to sleep."
Oh,
Oh.
how friendly.
Well. How
Is he
about...
referring to us as the mewling wretches, or the other things in this room?
Wouldn't describe any of us as particularly mewling at all.
I mean, we don't know what it is. It might think that we're the mewling wretches. I mean, I'd prefer to think that we weren't, but you never know.
Certainly say what we saw earlier was a mewling wretch.
True, then it probably isn't us.
Right.
Although I'm still talking in a hushed tone. As
Okay,
it might
well,
be.
let's be really quiet and not wake the guy up.
I mean, if he spoke to
whatever
us,
it
he's
is.
kind of already awake, isn't he?
Yeah, but you know when you're waking up and somebody keeps moving beside you and you're like, shut up, and they don't. You just get more and more angry, because really all you want to do is go back to sleep.
Maybe we could ask him if he knows where the crystal is for the elevator.
No, I don't think we ask it anything. I think we just try and creep around and not piss it off.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yes. Aiden, now's your time to go be really sneaky.
Yeah, alright, let's go. So which way did I see the sound, or which way did we hear the sounds coming
it's
from?
coming from the right side. So
Wait, Hayden, before you
above,
go.
upwards.
Before you go, if anything happens to you, don't scream. You'll wake him up.
Fortune favor you, and try to fling your bag this way. Thanks. And he's gonna give you a bardic inspiration.
It's why you're so supportive of each other. I love it.
Cool. I am gonna go ahead, and he will stealthily step forward,
Yep.
and first gonna quickly dip into this room at the south, just to due diligence check anything in there.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a mound of metal gears and kind of the copper stuff you saw above, and kind of used or like crystals in the same way, but kind of there's no function or they've been broken. Could you make an investigation check for other stuff for me?
Okay. Investigation 21. Oh wait, do I need to bane that?
Yes, you do.
Okay, it's a 20.
Cool. As you're kind of looking, you rip around, put it like this down, and some of the stuff seemingly is similar material to the things you've had upstairs. Kind of, that kind of weird black substance with kind of copper thin threads inside. You see some a lot of the similar coins that you found in the other that Roman found in the other room. You find odd little devices that you recognize as maybe Barnes had one or two of these, and kind of shifting through, finally kind of putting stuff over and over. There's odd again, more of the kind of crystals that are kind of broken, although there's a very slight hum to some of them. There's a very faint blue light.
Okay. Hayden's gonna kind of silently but motion the group forward and point to this room. And if they follow, Hayden's gonna drop his voice to a whisper and say to Barnes, "There's more of that stuff that you know about over there. Maybe you can check it out while I go up to the next room."
I'll do just that.
So as you motion over, as you as a trained rogue, your feet almost silent when you're walking. By comparison, every step that Zug makes is just a loud clanging
Every
from his
step
heavy
you
plate pail and his
take,
bigger.
every
And
move
he's
you
kind of
make.
trying to be stealthy, slowly, but it's still the proper shake of heavy armor basically. As he kind of walks up behind you, goes, "Is anything there?"
Shh.
Barnes,
Stop it.
Sorry.
looking through this, could you make a history check for me?
A history check. Could I use my knowledge from a past life feature, please?
What does that do? Does that give you advantage?
No, it lets me, when I make an ability check, add a d6 immediately after seeing the number on the d20.
Yep. Go ahead.
So that is a 12 plus 3, 5, 15 plus bless, 17 total.
17 total. Some of this stuff is definitely a bit beyond you. It was not entirely sure. You pick up the occasional device and think, oh, this I think this used to be how you talk to people, and you kind of drop it, or you remember kind of holding it and using it to communicate. You pick another one up and you kind of look at it and think this used to be how some people turn the lights on. You look around and you very quickly realize it's some kind of scrapyard or junk heap, or all this stuff seems to have been thrown away at some point.
Ah, air dryer, fantastic. Picks maybe the odd thing up, but nothing particularly useful.
While Barnes is investigating this pile of stuff, Hayden will continue making his way north. Will Ascor and Roman join us in this junction?
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Hayden, you keep up. Keep going. Could you make a perception check for me? And what was your stealth roll? 20?
It was 20.
20. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll keep that going for now. Make a investigation check.
Okay.
Investigation, sorry, not perception.
Investigation, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. 21. Minus 1d4, right?
21 minus 1d4. Yeah.
Oof. That's a 18.
18. As you're kind of going round. There's a lot the kind of claws on the side, and kind of the battle grows more intense here. You can see that there's kind of like things out of the floor and the ceiling, and just massive chunks missing. And there's along the wall, you can see kind of there are large swathes of just even like the rotting black fungus, like thing has been just completely dead and just like dropped and seems almost petrified. Along the floor there are lots of kind of small animal corpses that have been nibbled to the bone, and in many places the bone marrow has been like snapped open, and you can see like long jagged fangs have clearly kind of bit down and pulled out the marrow. Whatever, and like in some cases even like the bones have been nibbled just almost to nothing left. Whatever's been eating these has been ravenous. The whole area begins to feel like that other room you were in, kind of that odd kind of feeling of not quite being right.
Okay, I don't like that. But so far I don't see any more hostile creatures.
Looking around, no. Although, with that what was your investigation check? Sorry.
18.
18. There's tracks leading further in.
Okay.
Fairly obvious tracks, quite large feet with humanoid feet, but with kind of, you can see that their toes are kind of weirdly angular.
Hate toes.
Okay, yeah. I don't like that for a different reason.
I like it.
Okay. Right. I don't want to go too far without the group, so after checking that around this corner is also clear, Hayden will raise a hand to the group again and motion, come this way.
Same absolute cacophony of rustling sounds as...
Oh my god, where's Pass Without a Trace when you need it?
I'm gonna pick up a few knickknacks before I leave the room. Coins and stuff. Just a little magpie hoarding.
Cool.
So how's it looking?
There's some tracks on the ground, but
All right.
so far no creatures, so I'm gonna keep going in.
Okay.
You guys stay here and I'll scout the next room.
You have support if you need it. We're here for you.
Thanks.
Don't die.
So he moves another 30 feet in, and then another 30 feet, and another to this next bend. Anything happening, Jamie?
Could you make a stealth check for me?
Cool. That is...
You have Bardic as well.
Thank you. So that'd be a 21 minus 1d4, so 20.
20. Okay.
With the D10.
As you kind of...
I'm not gonna use the Bardic on this yet. I might need it for something else. Can I use...
As you kind of...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
As you kind of round this corner, you can hear kind of up above what sounds to you during the few times, sounds like when you remember kind of wild animals at a farm being, or like animals at a farm being fed. There's like ripping and shredding, and something is eating off in the distance. But you also hear a kind of large kind of deep intake of breath that's rapidly like... It kind of fills the room slightly. You've kind of just come into it, but whatever it is, it sounds quite large and off in the distance.
Like breathing heavily?
Something breathing heavily or laboredly.
Okay. Alright. He'll once again motion the group to follow forward and continue on once
Any
they catch up.
consolation? We haven't got to the room with the bad vibes yet.
That's true. We're getting there.
We're getting there though.
Don't like it, but we're getting there. Alright, once the group catches up, Hayden will continue forward once again. Oh shit, okay, he's on this corner and I think he spots something. Jamie, what does he see?
Can you make a stealth roll for me?
Oh fuck, okay. Stealth. 27 minus
27.
1d4. Oh no. Okay, 23.
23. Perched up in the corner, so you see several things. First of all, far down to the south in like a little chamber, you see 4 skinny humanoid forms. Kind of like, but you see as they're kind of ravenously ripping and tearing into the creature you saw earlier, kind of the large mushroom thing, is being like ripped apart, and you see its limbs being thrown, and they are ravenously devouring it, kind of as you can see their mouths kind of unhinge and chomp in, and no kind of mind for bones or whatever the hell they're eating, and just kind of ravenously, and all their skin looks like peeled back, and kind of sallow, and they look like they've starved their entire lives, and this is the first meal they've been given, not only in the way they're acting, but the way they look, with their kind of larger hands and claws ripping in and mouth unjawing. That catches your attention for about a single second before you look up at kind of this raised pillar, and laying on top of it, curled in like a little coil, like wings folded in, head kind of resting towards the group, is an enormous black dragon. But Hayden takes a second and obviously catches his breath and tries not to breathe too loud. And you notice that its wings look incredibly tattered in some places. Its like flesh has large wounds that seem like almost to be rotting as you're looking at it, kind of cut out of it. And oddly, it's wearing a collar of gold that has green symbols like kind of like traced all the way around it. And you can see it kind of breathing incredibly awkwardly and heavily. And yeah, it just looks like this is huge, but an incredibly unhealthy creature. And as you turn the corner with a 24 on stealth, its eye opens ever so slightly and looks over towards you. Like one of it kind of looks ever slightly, and you see kind of like this green iris with like the black pupil kind of narrow in and focus directly on you.
Oh fuck. Okay. Hayden is gonna immediately dip back around the corner and dragon. Fucking huge dragon. I think it saw me.
Oh, maybe there's a dragon in this dungeon.
Yeah.
Great. Did it seem friendly?
Maybe we should talk to it.
Maybe we should talk to it.
Dragons can talk.
Hey, Asgore, you can talk to dragons, right?
I most certainly cannot.
Well, you
Oh, you can. Just do your special talky thing.
You've got that spell, tongues, right?
I could talk to the dragon if you use it on me for not willing.
Yeah, use it on him.
Oh yeah.
Far be it for me to back
Very
down from a challenge.
I would like to point out that a few things have changed since your time, Barnes. Conversing with dragons, not something that is done.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
You do lots of things that seem completely nonsensical to me.
Wasn't the nice lady a dragon? She conversed with me all the time.
Feel like she may have had an ulterior motive, which...
Maybe this one does too.
That's the point.
The ulterior motives don't always work out in your favor, Zug.
Everybody has
sometimes
ulterior
they
motives. All of us have motives that are somewhat ulterior.
Just ask him if he's seen a
Dragon's
big
no
blue
different.
crystal or a way to use the elevator, because we are trying to get rid of a pest in this place.
I am increasingly of the feeling that perhaps this creature is the pest of this
No.
place.
The pest is your brother, but this creature lives here.
You think that's Deseret, maybe? We have a kid.
By the way, it has a collar around its neck, so...
Oh, what? We should definitely talk to it.
Ask what his name is. If it's
I knew
Dedrat,
a
then we're
man.
fine.
I knew a man called Halas who had a few pet dragons.
Are
Visited
you
his
missing the
house
part
once.
where it's almost 1,000 years since things have been normal for you?
Oh, I'm not missing it, just... They're very intelligent creatures. We should treat them with respect.
Well,
That's
Smell like he smell.
did we all just hear that?
Yeah.
Was that in
Was it-
common or
what
was that in
language was it?
Draconic?
Yeah.
What was year 2? Common or Draconic?
Common.
Oh,
Step forward, disciples of Zahir.
oh, we're not disciples of here. Look, this is a misunderstanding. This is a perfect opportunity
No,
to clear it up.
But-
it's not. What if?
What if it's
he
good?
wants us to- Yes, exactly.
Right. Who's the disciple of Zahir?
We gotta suss this out.
Who is the disciple of Zahir?
None of us.
I bet you he doesn't like Ghost. Nobody likes Ghost. We could definitely use that as leverage.
No.
Like ghosts.
Barnes, go speak to it. Barnes, go. This is your this is your moment to shine.
Fine, I'll go out.
Go on. Go on, do it.
He's gonna poke his head around the wall.
What is wrong with you?
Just the plan, old
And I
man.
look back at Roman and be like, so much, Roman, so much. Hello. Good evening. I'm so sorry to be disturbing you this time. Did you say that you smelt the scion of Zahir amongst us? Is that correct?
You smell like he did, yes.
And like, even though it's like speaking lowly, it rumbles through the room. In each
What's on this collar?
What's on the collar? You can make an Arcana check. Now you can see it.
Oh boy. Oh, Pog. Plus bless. 24.
Pog.
24. It is a. You kind of read it. It is a dominate monster.
Are there any symbols that indicate
Ooh.
like if it's like a Zahir thing or like
You
like
would-
a make origin?
not directly.
Okay. Okay, dominate monster. So Barnes knows a lot of dominate person and all that and what have you. Is that something that he would be like? That's something that you'd be resentful of, right? Or but you wouldn't know that it was cast on you while you were dominated.
The creature obeys commands, and you can use your action to take full control of it. So you know that this creature is like under your control, but you need to be aware, or you need to be giving it commands, and it will follow them, or in control of it.
Right. So it's not just like simping for something that it doesn't want to be simping for.
No.
Right. Okay. Well, pardon my confusion. It's just that there's a here smell that you're getting. We're not entirely certain of its point of origins. Is that a? He's gonna look back at the group. Does that like resonate? Looking at any of them?
Can we kill the
We still have the Zahir sword in our bag, don't we?
Does Asgore still? Yeah. Does Asgore still wear that ring as well?
We've got
Meta
Unholy-
Bonds wouldn't
it's-
know,
what was
but
that,
like,
the
does
Unholy
he see it?
Avenger?
I have the Unholy Avenger. in
You're
my
the Holy
bag.
Avenger, and Asgore has the Ring of Zahir. It's a Ring of Power.
But Asgore like maybe know he has that.
No, I don't. Well, I mean,
He knows it's a
Asgore
Zahir
probably
ring,
does.
right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Zug doesn't know that it's a Zahir sword, but you guys
Like,
saw
you know
him
it's a
take
Solar
it.
sword.
Yeah.
You
That's
do
the-
all
no,
know
no,
that
no,
you have
this is-
that.
This was a separate. This
We
is sort of
found it
had
inside the killed dragon, eh?
Yeah, it's sort
And
of had
there's-
fucking ages.
And the Solar was like, yeah, that's my sword, but you can have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. I may have a sword that I guess we could probably just put over there for now. I'm
Well,
not using
that's not. My friend, great. Might I ask your name first of all? It's rude for me to engage in conversation without first asking.
Aranox.
Aranox, how long have you been here, might I ask, oh great one?
Takes a moment. I've lost track of time since I was killed.
Ah, well, if it's any consolation, I'm dead too, so I
Yeah.
actually would have had no idea how long I was dead for either. Who by, might I ask? Is that the him you're talking
One who
about?
smelt like you.
I understand. Well, you'll be glad to know that we bear no allegiances to it. Though I do believe we might have. You guys spoke earlier about killing the Solar of Zahir, right? You did, right? Yeah, you did.
Yeah. We were
We did,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
it
we
like
did,
like an hour ago.
Well, you might be relieved to hear that we've vanquished the particular entity. That might be why the scent lingers upon us.
A lie.
Oh, I don't lie.
Oh, no. I've got his sword. We can show the sword.
Oh, we have proof, actually, if that would go any way to assuaging you that vengeance has been taken.
Stop
So-
scurrying in the dark and show yourselves mighty
I
slayers of a solar. If you're
The
truly
kind of-
as strong as that, you have little to fear from me.
Like pokes his face around and just kind of gives a little wave, like "Hello," just
Oh my
pulls out of his
God.
back the unholy
Oh.
Avenger and goes, "This is the sword of the one that killed
What are
you. I
you
think
doing?
fine. Yeah, I think this
There
is
we
the sword
go.
you're talking about. The thing that might smell really bad.
Zug
I've never
immediately
used it.
gets incinerated.
So I
Can
can make
we-
a persuasion check.
Yeah,
Roman's
but
having a
Bonds will just be
breakdown.
like, can we offer it to you by way of recompense? As an
I will
apology for your
allow
death.
Barnes and Zug to make
I
performance
got
checks.
hold on, I got Bane, right? I got minus
Yeah.
D4.
Do you have Bardic?
Do I have Bardic? I don't have Bardic, do I?
I mean, I can use one. Can I use one at the same time as saying
I mean,
stuff?
I got an 18, so I don't know if
Okay.
I need a. Do I need a Bardic?
Or 26 for me.
Always need a Bardic.
Okay.
But yeah, I have one.
What is Bardic? A D10 or
D10, extra D10.
extra D10? Okay, so I've already subtracted Bane, so that would be a 27 in total.
26 and 27, yeah.
Sorry, 26.
27.
Sorry, both 26. Two 26s. I added up wrong.
The dragon pauses. It's kind of like Hayden, as you look around, it's kind of moved from its sleeping position and is now like almost poised like a cat with its kind of feet underneath it, kind of very staringly intently towards this. And now you can see kind of huge gashes taken out of its chest, and like its wings almost like barely seem to function, and it's like almost got like this jagged cut down one eye, and its jaw is half rotted and kind of flesh is falling off, and it's, I mean, it would have once been a terrifying creature, and it's no less now, but it certainly looks unnatural.
Closer with the blade, please.
While
So
these
I
guys
kinda-
are doing this, around the corner, Roman's gonna like kind of like nudge Aku, and he's gonna be like, "You're just going to let them do this? You're going to get killed."
Look, my esteemed companion, if you wouldn't mind passing the blade to me.
Yeah, of course. It's like upon seeing the
Alright.
size of this dragon, kind of pauses for a moment because
Oh
all he
my
did before they was
God.
hear it, and he just hands the blade over and he goes, good luck, buddy."
Something
Sorry,
that
what
I've
do you do?
always had. Alright, he's going to take a few steps forward. Might I ask what it is you desire? Perhaps we could remove your shackles from you. Perhaps we could let you out of this place.
Barnes
That's-
hears inside his mind. Do not unshackle the dangerous undead dragon. Please,
He continues,
Barnes.
perhaps we could help you in some way.
Roman draws his sword. But he's obviously not around the corner, not inside of the dragon. But if Aku makes eye contact with him, he's like,
Who unsheathes his spear?
The dragon kind of moves ever so slightly forward, pouring, kind of getting off its hind legs, and kind of takes a few steps forward. And Barnes, you see it as it kind of like its long serpentine neck reaches out uncomfortably close to you and the sword, and you see it sniffs in. And from this close, you can, the stench is almost overwhelming. A lot of the smell of this place might be coming from this dragon. You'd think it's vile, but it breathes in.
That is the sword. But you
Kind of like her hat twists a little bit.
You don't smell like him. You smell of fire and brimstone.
I would have thought it would be more grave dirt and rot, so that's actually quite relieving, I must admit.
Cinders burning flame. You. Who are you?
I wish I could tell you, to be perfectly honest. I'm here looking for answers. Though I feel as though my answers may be being kept from me. Or at least are a far long way away from here. May I ask you a question?
You've asked many.
Then may I ask another, kindly?
Kind of nod slightly.
Do you know of a Deseret? Something else imprisoned here?
Who've ventured here, and you don't even know what lies beneath.
I know of it, of course. It's more, we're wondering what state it is in. We're here for
Why?
another reason.
We're here
Right.
to get rid of someone who shouldn't be here either.
Right. Interlopers.
I was entrusted to guard this place, and I failed. By that sword, I failed. I shall take its return in exchange for you being allowed to go.
Happily. You're not attached to the sword, are you, Zog?
Oh, I've only ever carried it. Never used it. I've got this thing. He points to his axe.
Please, take it, if it would go any way to ease the pain of your unpassing.
I was
feel
going to
like
sell
it-
it. You can have it.
Gosh, well, I can
Glad you
empathize on the pain of being dead, so...
I do not know if I continue my purpose, or if I actively weaken this place by my existence. This collar forces me to obey its will. But if it is gone, what
Who is it,
happens to
if
me
you don't mind me
then?
asking?
What would you...
Amael,
What would you want to happen to you, may I ask? Because really, you have the agency in this situation. You have people who could potentially help you.
I will continue my watch, happy in the knowledge that the creature that bound me is dead and cannot command my services anymore.
We have so much
And
in
I will
common.
stop any who wish to delve beneath this tree.
All right. But do we have your permission to delve? For we must, to defeat these interlopers, as previously mentioned.
Kind of moves its head from side to side, like almost looking confused. You venture here, as I said, unaware. Think you deserve passage.
As I said, we know of Deseret, just not its state.
Dormant.
It's the body of another we're after. The grave site of a very evil and hateful man.
There is only one other imprisoned, entombed here, so I know of whom you speak. You
We're
will
a
not
lot more.
remove his body.
No, we shan't. My personal goal is to spit upon it and leave. So if you'll grant me my simple request, then we can all go on happy with our lives, or unlives as they may be.
Gan chuckles. If I granted every fool's request who wanted to spit on Vespin's body, there would be a line from here to Taldore.
And an ocean of spittle, I should fear. But not everyone would pay the toll of the sword that killed you, I think.
What purpose does my watch have if it ends by a simple gift?
What are you watching out for, and why are you watching? You're watching to protect the tree, to protect the imprisonment. We're not here to endanger that. We're not here to ruin the sanctity of your watch. If we weren't
I-
people you could trust, we would
Uh,
not be having this conversation.
make a persuasion check.
Wait, okay, wait, can I use knowledge from a past life here? I don't know if it has to be stipulated. It's an ability check that uses a skill, so maybe he's drawing on some public speaking knowledge he had from way back when to bolster this one. Okay.
Friggin' Aku and Roman
18.
around the corner waiting to cut his throat, like.
22. 35.
35. Silver tongue. I still see him in you. Twists his head. Sword. Dragon seems, yeah. 35 is one hell of a roll.
Here he is.
Can't believe you seduced the dragon.
Oh my god.
I've done
Oh
it.
my god, the
I've done
bard
bad thing.
happening.
You may pass.
He kind of like leans over to Barnes as I goes, does he not know about Ghost? I mean, we're not the only ones in here.
He kind of like whips round to you. Who?
We are not the only interlopers in this place.
Right, the aforementioned interloper.
We are currently on the hunt for another who came here a while ago
Villain from the far realm.
after betraying us. We'd really like to pay him back.
Sense another below. But it's possible my death cuts me. The only corruption I can sense emanates from this room, as he hears servants ravage us.
Well,
Take this. And you see him kind of pull away and pulls back and again produces another one of the crystals glowing bright. If I
Thank
come
you.
to regret this decision, there will be no force that stops me. No hole to hide, no plane I cannot access.
you'll be glad to hear that nobody ever regrets a conversation with me.
I would also add if we fail on our particular job, that's because we died. So, I spare you the trouble.
Also that. Well, have a very good rest, and thank you ever so much for your kindness.
Thank you, O mighty great dragon. And kind of like follows
Curiously.
Barnes out.
Bonds chuckles and pats Zug on the shoulder as they walk back to the group.
So cute.
Dragon kind of whirls back, and you see like each of them. Like now, you notice during this conversation, when most already fit in the channel, the kind of odd humanoid-like creatures were kind of crawling around the side, closer and closer. And the dragon kind of whips them away with its tail and pushes them back, and seems to go curl up on the highest rung again. And like you see it kind of watch you leave with kind of one like large green eye staring at you.
Just as we leave, I guess, did we get a sense that there was any more, like, could we see the end of this room? Was it all closed off, or did it look like there's another tunnel leading off somewhere else that we should have maybe tried traversing?
You saw kind of the end of the walls. You couldn't see the full chamber up ahead, but it looks like it ends up there.
Right,
Okay.
so when he says continue passage, it's with the gem that he's given us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's not like, hey, you idiots, come back. The way's this way, as we like turn and walk.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Gonna walk back to the group and see them all with their weapons out, being like, see, conversation. Whew.
You were one
I-
smooth talker, that's for sure.
That was fucking terrifying.
I will admit, Barnes, I was very. Wait, you were scared?
Oh, yes. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
You were so. So suave.
I have been called that and much more.
As he walks past Ascor, he kind of goes, "You know, Ascor, that's probably the first time I've ever really felt out of my depth. I don't know if I should be talking to dragons."
Nonsense. It's
You did.
elementary.
You did fantastic, and you know, Zog, I think it was your point about ghosts that finally drove him to pay attention and give us the crystal, so you can call that your success as much as mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. You were great.
Thank you.
Not out of your depth at all.
So are we able to leave this dungeon unhampered?
Yes, although while walking back, Hayden, via the sending spell, you hear, oh, it's his ghost voice. Oh, Hayden. Rasha just told me about Nadan. As a matter of fact, we've got his body right here in the bag. What do you think I should do with it?
Don't you fucking dare. Don't touch him. I swear, Ghost, if you lay a single fucking finger on him, you are... there won't be anything left of you to even feel regret.
No reply.
When Roman and Aku and Zug, and I guess Ascor, catch up to him, he'll turn and say, guys, Ghost just spoke to me and said that, reminded me that, well, apparently Nadan was in Rasha's bag. So.
Yes, he may have been.
And Ghost is very much aware of that now.
Yeah, he was.
Roman will walk over to Hayden and put a hand on his shoulder and look him in the eye. This is his way of trying to sow discord and get in your head.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Do not listen to him. He will act on nothing because he is afraid of losing his advantages over you. We will get Rasha back. We will deal with this. Pay him no mind. If he speaks to you again, just block him out.
I wish I knew how to do that.
Block him, sis.
Lock and delete his number.
Lock him on your socials, mate.
Yeah.
I'll be dealing with that toxic energy.
Or perhaps you can fight a little confusion and upset with confusion. If he contacts you again, maybe sing a song at him, incredibly loud inside your head. The most loud and annoying song that you can think of, and he will
I
have
hadn't
no choice
considered doing that.
He will have no choice but to cut the connection himself.
You know,
Give him a
Roman,
taste of his own medicine.
you're a very smart man.
I guess I could try that. Yeah, sure, I'll think of a song and keep it handy. For next time. Let's get out of here. And Hayden will continue down the hallway.
Okay. Finding your way back to the room before, you have one unexplored corridor. The purple lights, the slow beating of something.
Ah, yes.
pulsing through.
Do.
Oh dear.
Shall we go there next? Can't be any worse than an undead black dragon, right?
Oh,
That's very true.
Well, don't worry. If it is, Barnes here will invite it out for dinner, and it'll all be fine.
I might just do that.
I mean, it worked as much as you're angry about it.
Why are we angry?
Why am I angry?
He's always angry. It's nothing new.
Talk first, stab later.
How about next time I do a little stabbing first?
Well, then you would have pissed off a black dragon, and we'd be fighting it right now.
Right, we'd be fighting a dragon and some of us
I'm not
might be
talking
dead.
about stabbing the dragon.
Oh, you want to stab me?
It's already dead.
Rowan's
Right.
just gonna walk
I wonder
off.
if I can even die again.
I was about to say, can you actually die again?
Maybe I'm invincible. To be honest, judging from how my fingers dislocated from moving a statue, probably not.
Oh.
Roman.
No.
And you think when the time comes, you'll make the right choice? I'm watching you as you make your progress. Every step, every breath.
I'm counting on it, brother. I'm counting on you savoring every last moment of us all getting closer to you. And you can remember it when you arrive at the Shadowfell yourself.
I don't think you've ever been further away from me. Good luck with Deseret. And with that, as you guys begin progressing down the purple corridor, potentially, we shall see where we get to next session.
Oh my
Yay!
god.
This dungeon is
I mean, it is a
so
good time.
stressful.
I'm so pleased that Barnes is such a smooth talker that we didn't have to fight a black dragon.
I was like, what DC is this going to be, if it's even possible?
Yeah, I did that on a 12. Like,
I
I
want
rolled
to
a,
highlight
I rolled a
that this
6
was-
on knowledge
this
from
was
past
my
life,
idea,
4
and
on
none of you
bless.
stopped me.
I'll just give him the sword. I think that, I think without the sword, that's kind of impossible, because you just
Yeah.
can't convince him of anything, but...
I was going
I-
to sell that. I forgot to sell it when we were in
God,
town last. I
bucket
literally
list.
forgot. I'm
It's a
kind of glad I
juicy
didn't,
dragon.
obviously. Although I think it was worth a shit ton of gold, so I do feel a little bit sad that I didn't get to sell it. But
Right, we can go back and kill the dragon and take the sword back if we really want it.
do this. I'm not that kind of evil. Good boy.
I am.
Good boy.
I mean, what?
Wait a second. What?
I'm worthy, guys.
Yeah, I mean, how did you
Lack
get away
of
with that?
memories. But yeah, anyway.
Is it okay to ask, in hindsight, what was the actual solution to the puzzle, other than no memories? Or shall we never know?
Oh,
Uh,
moving
that's
the
a pretty good
statue.
point, right?
There might have been some of you who were worthy and some who weren't. It was just
Oh, man.
interesting, perhaps, for you to see who is and isn't worthy.
Uh-huh.
For
We'll
like,
never know.
for slightly meta knowledge, specifically the reason Zug is not worthy is that Raishan is like a dedicated enemy of the Wild Mother. Like, assisting her is like one of the worst things you can do. The Wild Mother was like, absolutely not.
Get the
But he
fuck
didn't
outta
know.
here.
He didn't know that.
Yeah, but it's like,
How do you spell
Amazing.
Raishan, by the way?
Raishan, I think.
Yeah, I think you're
Not
right.
not the
So
first
just
H.
Yeah, you put an extra H.
R-A-I-S-H-A-N.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank
everybody
you
for watching.
very much, everyone, for watching. If you are currently watching and you're not following us, please do consider hitting follow. It's free, and you can change your mind anytime, and you'd be helping us reach our 300 follower goal, at which point we will be doing an art giveaway with the winner receiving a piece of artwork from both Clued and myself. So you want to get in on that. If you want us to help hit our 300 follower goal sooner so we can launch our giveaway, why don't you invite a friend to come watch our stream? We have lots of fun, and we have a very inclusive and warm community on our Discord, which you can also check out as well. And the link is currently in the chat. And we are going to be rating GOG.com earlier today. They're doing Pen and Pixels episode 303. They've been going on for a long time. Talisman Adventures with Arvan Eleron and the GOG RPG crew. They seem like they're having a fun time. So everyone hop in the raid and let's head on over there.
Bye. Use the new ghost emote.
Oh yeah, make sure you use the new
Yes!
ghost emote if you have that unlocked.
Praise Kaifon.
Oh no.
Alright. I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.